Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. I am your host, Cody Lashney, being joined once again by some of the Panther faithful. Hey, this is a show for Panther fans by Panther fans. If you would like to be a part of the action, I've pinned the link in the comment section to join via Streamyard. It is also in the link in the description of both the YouTube and the Facebook video. Another thing, I also always put it in the comments or in the information under the video. We have a Discord as well, and I put the link down there. If you would like to hit that link and join our Discord, we have a pretty thriving community there as well. Feel free to do so. Hit the like and subscribe if you have not done so already. First up, my man, you know him, you love him. It's Panther Pickle. Panther Pickle, happy to have you back for another Friday, man.
Wonderful, folks, wonderful. I muted myself. Hit the wrong button.
We hear you.
You know what, folks? OTAs have started. The rookie camp started. They're down there working out. Steve Smith actually worked out with Mingo. Bryce Young's definitely short, but he's not too short. He'll still get her done. Let's roll.
Let's roll, baby. Hey, man, I'm pumped. We had rookie mini camp today. We're going to show you some pictures, some videos. Bryce Young throwing his first ever passes as a Carolina Panther to Jonathan Mingo. Steve Smith was out there on the field. Man, there's so much to talk about. And, of course, we got to break down this Panthers schedule, baby. Man, look, your boy got tickets to Monday Night Football. This is the first time I've ever been to a Monday night game. It ought to be Bryce Young's first home game at the bank. I am pumped. You know what I'm saying? Let me welcome my next guest. He hasn't been here in a while, but it's all right because it's like he never left. It's Nick Montero. Nick, what's up, dude?
Yo, Nick.
What up, bro? Sorry I've been MIA, dude. I haven't.
I need to apologize, brother. You're good, man.
Yeah, dude, I haven't worked a week under 55 hours since starting my new job. So I'm actually just getting out of work now. But man, dude, the last time I talked to you, I was getting duped on April Fool's. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, bro.
Yeah, dude, it ought to be super interesting. So listen, man, if you would like to join, hey, man, at the end of the show, we never have enough spaces for everybody getting ready to join in. So there's only 3 people in here right now. If you would like to be a part of the conversation, jump in before it gets too crowded, man. The link is in the description, and it is in the information under the video. So, folks, first up, Carolina Panthers schedule. Have y'all seen the video that the Panthers put out?
Yes, it was beautiful. Wonderful.
It was beautiful.
I loved it.
Nick, how about you? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah. I was actually on PMP's live show yesterday, and I cut out right after the video, but, man, I dug it. It was actually a really good production. There was some funny moments in there, dude. Like, I'm actually impressed with what the Panthers staff did for a video for our schedule release.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty damn cool. Y'all want to watch a little bit of it?
Sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's
Especially
do
that Jerry Springer part.
Roll that beautiful Panther footage.
So, Cody, I mean, while you're loading that up, what do you think of the schedule?
Stop talking.
We're going to go through it. I think we got some favorable matchups.
All right.
Whoa,
Do you guys understand where we are? We're at Panthers schedule release. The show.
That's it.
The last dress rehearsal. And it's important that everyone knows that I'm a dual threat. I'm not just a long snapper. I'm a director, and you are my players. All right. I've selected each one of you to fit my perfect vision. So you all need to get your act together. Make sure you do exactly what I told you to do. If you don't mess it up, I'll look great. That's the most important thing. Just follow me.
I'm happy that they're showing him some love.
Yeah, man. JJ has been on the team longer than anyone.
It's long overdue, dude. He's kind of been sitting there in the background.
Cole.
You ready for your scene?
Dude, you got to get over your ex.
Welcome back, everybody. We're now joined by Purr. Everybody, let's give a warm welcome to Purr.
I love this part.
We're here today
This
to find
part's
out
my
which of
favorite.
these three big cats is not Purr's opponent. As for the 2023 season, Bengals, you are not the opponent.
We were the only one that gave homage to Jerry Springer. So good for us.
Wow. Are we that bad?
How they did this part, dude, like that to me is what sold it. It was like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
perfect.
just hit
They
the
stuck
nail
us
on
with the
that.
Seattle scene again.
I know. Got us handling all these slimy fish.
On the bright side, we are getting good at throwing them, though.
Right.
Ew, that sound. I hate it, dude.
Hey, you're the new guy, right?
Joey.
You ready to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Crowd can't wait to see you. The guy won't take his hat off.
Where's my lemons? I can't cook without my lemons. Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's nasty. That's just gross.
Ew.
Go ahead and stick with the cheese.
Guys, have we got that Texas Showdown scene all figured out?
Darn too.
You guys got those cowboy hat sizes all figured out, right?
This ain't our first rodeo.
You're sure?
Do 50 pounds of flour make a big biscuit?
All right, cool.
We ready for the Falcon scene?
Yeah, in a minute.
DB, we talked about all this
I
stuff
like
already.
Yeah.
We're gonna be out in a minute.
Damn, Derek, take it easy on him, bro.
Let's go, Adam. Come on, you got this. It's game time. Game time, baby. Let's go. New man on the Carolina Panthers. Last name Thielen, first name Adam. Free agency came up. Fitty said, gotta have him. All right, next one. Know you talked about my gritty. All good. Afraid inside my city. You got this, baby. Showtime, baby.
Hey, I got a new talent. New talent coming through. New talent. What else, there, Purr?
Is that a beer?
Man, I hate the bear thing.
I got
now.
him.
It's like a running thing.
Move,
For
Flipper.
us.
Watch what he does to that dolphin. That's so cool. Move, Flipper.
Knock his ass out.
Oh, my God. You need a beard like that, Cody.
It's
Or maybe I
2023.
don't.
Thanks, fellas. Now I'm ready for my Windy City scene.
This is probably the coolest part.
Yeah.
JJ, what up?
Nothing too much.
Watching the release video, then we'll talk about the schedule.
Let's try this out.
Dude, Brian Burns needs to have a year this year, dude. And we got to sign him before the year starts.
Oh my God, can we please get his deal out the way?
Ahoy, matey! Land ho!
Oh, the Bay of Tumba.
Brian, enough with the webs.
All right, there you have it. The Carolina Panthers officially released their schedule. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be honest with you. I liked last year's better. I thought the retro video games and shit was really cool. But it's apparent that this is the way the NFL is. Yo, dude, the Chargers always have the best.
Yeah.
Theirs was awesome last year. Theirs was awesome again this year.
I wasn't too much impressed with it, but go ahead. I'm fine.
But what did y'all? Well, I guess you have to be an anime nerd to
Yeah.
really like it and enjoy it. But they also had a bunch of hidden.
I don't really fuck with anime too much, but no, I think those are pretty cool whenever they're like willing to go above and beyond, I guess, in a sense, and get creative a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I like them. I mean, this is the way that it's going. It's going to be more and more of this, of people doing their own thing for the schedule. A little bit later, we can talk about some of the other good ones. But
8 wins.
Gentlemen, here we have it, man. The Carolina Panthers 2023 schedule. We start on the road at the Falcons. Monday Night Football at home in the bank. Your boy will be there, man. If y'all want to meet up with me, hit me some messages. We can make something work on the road. So, look, how about this? Before our bye in week 7, the Panthers are at home only 2 weeks in a row. Or no, 2 weeks. Yeah. And then we're going to have 4 on the road games before the bye. And then, look, this is even crazier. From November 9th to December 10th, we're only going to be on we're going to be at home one time on November 19th. The rest of the time, we're going to be on the road at Tennessee, at Tampa Bay, at New Orleans. Man, that's going to be a rough stretch, man. I feel like even though we're not traveling very far as a football team, there is a lot of road games and a lot of time where we're going to be spending more than 1 week in a row, basically on the road. So, gentlemen, I'm going to go back and forth to each of you. What jumps out at you about this schedule so far?
I'm gonna be honest.
So to me, the placement of the Tennessee game and the Cowboys game.
Back to back.
Those were the
like,
2
honestly,
games I was
man,
thinking about going to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am too. Like, so last year I went down. I saw 2 Panthers home games, the Steelers and the Lions. And in between, I actually drove over to Tennessee. So when I heard that we were actually playing Tennessee in Tennessee this year, I was like, oh, hopefully I can do kind of the same thing. Unfortunately, it falls on Thanksgiving week. So that's the hard part about doing the back-to-back games. But anybody who's thinking about it, Tennessee is absolutely gorgeous. Just saying.
Yes, it sure is.
Yeah, that's where our boy Pickles at up there in Tennessee. I mean, listen, Tony said this on Tuesday night show. We only have 3 games, in my opinion, that are against really tough opponents. That's the Cowboys, it's the Dolphins, then the Cowboys, and then Jacksonville. And all those games are fairly separated from one another.
And Vikings.
Well, did we not beat the Seahawks last year?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but they just added their wide receiver core and our cornerback.
That's not like to act like they can't beat us this year.
Well, I'm not. I don't mean it that way, sir. What I'm saying is they're beatable. And I mean,
for sure.
That's just what I'm saying. They're beatable. I'm not saying. I mean, it's way too early. It's kind of way too early to say, yes, we're definitely going to blow them out of the water because we don't know what we got. They don't know what they got, you know?
Well, and then apparently.
We sure as fuck don't know what we have. Listen, I've been trying to get that off my chest.
Yeah. And
I
know a lot of
Whole
people.
new coaching staff for Frank Wright. And
right.
Whole new roster. Yeah. It's a lot of things at once. Like,
but I will tell you this:
we're asking for a lot.
Brand new everything. But hold on. I mean, listen, optimism reigns supreme right now. Everybody's so excited for the Panthers after the incredible offseason that we've had with a ton of good free agent signings. You know, a draft class that for the most part fans were happy with. We brought in this incredible coaching staff. Been aggressive and traded up to number 1. Like, we've done all the things to build momentum. So I don't blame fans for saying as many wins. Shit, I'm going to be real. I wouldn't be surprised if it were a 12 or 13 win team. Y'all might think that I'm crazy, but to me, it's not impossible for that to happen. I will say one thing, though. Dude, we're opening up with two division rivals at a time when the NFC South is a toss-up.
Right.
Opportunity for this brand new staff and team and everything that's brand new about this team. What an opportunity for them to come out guns blazing and make a statement, man. That would be, dude. That if we start 2-0, Panther fans are going to be buzzing, bro, buzzing.
Especially if we carry over the magic from last season, because we only lost. It was like 1 or 2 divisional games. And that was one of the things that kept us in at the very end. So we need to hit the ground running, and we need to carry the magic from last season over to this season.
Damn, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did win 4 division games.
Hey, by the way, let me welcome my man SC Based into the Friday Free for All. SC, what's up, brother?
Hey, Cody, what's going on, man? We got the schedule released, man. Hey,
yes, sir.
I wanted to say this real quick, man. I mean, I hear you with the first 2 divisional opponents and stuff like that. I guess my thing is I like the moves we made in the offseason, but should we kind of hinder our expectations with a rookie quarterback? I mean,
well,
I don't expect much. I
mean, listen, I mean, maybe you can say that about any rookie quarterback, but there have been a bunch of rookie quarterbacks that have come in and they've looked good in their first season. So knowing that you're drafting a 5'10", 190-pound quarterback, you must be doing it because he's the most NFL ready and ready to play. And by the way, they had rookie minicamp today, and I'll show some clips of it here in a minute. But Bryce Young was already, turning heads. He was there an hour early to practice. He had some great throws to Jonathan Mingo. There's a lot of good stuff to like. So I understand why you might want to temper your expectations. But, man,
He's the truth.
Yeah,
Jonathan Mingo's the truth.
I feel like there's no reason for us to be like, nah, we're only going to be a 7-win team. Like, we should expect more. We should expect more from the way this team is built. Let me introduce Anthony, and then I'll go back to you, JJ, and I'll let you tell me different. Anthony, my man, what's up, dude?
What's up, C3? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. I'm currently working right now, but I wanted to pop in here. What are y'all talking about? The schedule?
Yeah, we played the schedule release video, talked about that a little bit, and now we're talking about the schedule and just our first initial impressions of what we're seeing.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of in the minority. Like, I don't want to get too ahead of myself and say we're gonna win like 11, 12 games, but I definitely think that 9 to 10 games is probably 8 to 10 games is probably the most realistic for this team this year. And I just think it's because we're not playing that many hard opponents. It's just there's a couple rough stretches. Like looking at the first 6 games, it's challenging for sure. Because you got those back-to-back road games on Detroit and Miami, and the Vikings are tough, but at least you have that bye week 7. And then I think the only other part of the schedule that scares me is the 3 weeks in a row on the road. Like, that is going to be tough no matter the opponent we're playing. So, yeah. And I think that matters a lot. Like, when they make the schedule.
First 2 road games.
What'd you say, JJ?
I said that first 2 road game stretch with the Lions and the Dolphins, man, that looks a little more intimidating than the 3-game road.
Why is everybody hyping up the Lions so much? I just don't
I'm not a fan of the Lions, but
I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't either. I understand why they were decent.
Well, I feel like the media,
but
the media is already slobbering all over.
Yeah,
they are. Hold on. I be making bets with my friend that the Lions ain't on shit. So when we whipped their ass, I was definitely in his ear. But no, really, the Dolphins. Like, I just see an L right there. I don't see us beating the Dolphins in any
way. I don't either. And I think
especially if Tua is healthy.
I would take Bryce over Tua though.
I know people are like like JJ said, like the 3-game stretch.
Grass is green, Cody.
I know.
The 3-game stretch that
depends on where you at. It might be brown.
Yeah. Finish your thought, Anthony, and then I'm gonna welcome in 2 more people.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. So, I know like we're playing, the Titans, the Bucks, and the Saints. It's not like it's like, okay, those are 3 easy winnable games, but just because you're going on the road 3 weeks in a row, like you're probably gonna lose one of those, just realistically.
No, I have us losing 2 of those.
I mean, no, that's definitely possible. I mean, there's a lot of possible losses. To me, it just depends on what kind of momentum you get out of your season. That's why, to me, that first and second game, that is so important to us, man. Those first 2 games coming out of the gate on fire and with a lot of good momentum, that's going to be incredibly important for us. And let me welcome my man, Inbound Panthers, to the stream, to the Friday Free For All. Inbound, what's up, brother?
Yeah, it was just I was looking at the schedule, man, and I agree with y'all. Like, it made me nervous at first looking at it, and then I started looking at other team schedules because, like, I have friends who are Eagles fans, and I was just checking their. Bro, our schedule is so easy, to be honest.
Yes.
Like, looking at it objectively, we don't face the Chiefs, we don't face the Bills, we don't like the AFC is the hard schedule to find.
We don't face the 49ers.
We're not in the AFC West or East. We're right. Last year, in my opinion, we had a worse schedule, like tough or competition wise, compared to this year. And we started off with Matt Rule, and we almost won that Browns game. Like there's a lot of close games.
And the Giants game, we almost won.
We play 5.
Bro, we don't have a bad team. We're gonna have our
that's what I'm saying. That's why. That's why I don't mind the optimism.
I think we'll at least win 10 games, at least.
That's what I'm saying.
At least.
Yeah.
Yes, at least.
Yeah, that's
now,
a
I'm
good
not
number.
saying that. Now, the reason why I say
that's
that when I'm looking at the Bucks, the Bucks ain't got nobody. We're going to beat them.
They ain't got nobody, but you expect us to just win both?
No, I do.
I do.
We'll win both. Yes, I do believe that.
I do.
It depends how bad.
As far as the Falcons, we'll go. The Falcons, we'll win one or lose one. We always do. With the Falcons.
Oh yeah, definitely that. We might get swept by them this year if we can't stop these y'all.
Yeah, and to be honest, we'll talk about the Texans briefly. I know the Texans have Stroud. I do. I know that. He's a good quarterback. But let's be honest. That's all they got right now. I mean, poor feller. I mean, God bless his heart. That's about all they got.
Hey, hold that thought, Anthony. Let me welcome 2 more people. I got my man Chuck in the building. Chuck, welcome back to the Free For All, man. How are you?
Hey, happy Friday. Hope everything is good. Hey, my daughter's
that's what he said.
Hey, daughters. Hey, what's up? She's welcoming everybody to the Free For All. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So we feel the same way. I don't know about the Detroit hype. I just feel
that's
like,
what I thought too, bro.
Sorry, man. I got my kid too.
Yeah, I don't think the Detroit hype is real. I still question.
Do they even have Jameson Williams
coming from? But it is what it is.
No, they don't have him anymore. He went somewhere else.
Well,
Jameis Williams, the running back for Detroit.
No, I'm saying the receiver. Didn't he get a 6-game suspension or something?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he got a 6 game.
Wait, hold on. Let me let Chuck finish. Go ahead, Chuck.
Go ahead. This is a quick point. I'm on the same wagon, Anthony. I don't think 10 wins is reasonable, but I do feel like these first 2 games are very important. Division wins matter. I know this was last year you could say 4-2, but when we win that Falcons game and we have a healthy corner in that Bucks game, we're in the playoffs. Honestly, it's so kind of ironic. DJ's helmet flipped cost the trade. If he doesn't flip his helmet, we don't get the number 1 pick. So it's kind of ironic in that sense. So yes, let's do well in the division and we'll be in the playoffs.
Synchronicity, baby. Synchronicity.
Shout out
Go ahead,
DJ
let me say this real quick because I got to bounce out of here in like 10 minutes. But listen, all my years of going to the games, watching all the home games, this is how the Panthers are. It depends. If they're really hot, they'll whoop a bunch of ass. It doesn't matter who they're playing. So realistically, we just need to get hot and start out strong. That's what I think. Like, ultimately, I think that's what matters with this team. Like, thinking about it, division games are important, and we went 4-2 in the division last year. Think about that. Like, we just couldn't really beat anyone else other than the division because it's so bad. But, like, new coaching staff, a lot of upside potential in terms of that. Like, we should be able to win some of these outside games because we're not playing the 49ers. We're not playing, the Browns. We're not playing, who else did we play last year that was good?
I don't know who we played last year.
The Niners.
But we're not playing the Niners. We're not playing the Eagles. We're not playing any of the supposedly dominant teams that are expected to be good this year.
Bills.
Yeah.
Fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, the best teams we're playing.
We're not even playing the Jets.
The Cowboys. Yeah.
The Jags might be good.
The Cowboys, Jaguars, and the Dolphins.
I think we can all agree on those three: Dallas, Jacksonville, Miami.
But I'm sorry, you gotta throw the Seahawks in there, man.
Saints.
Maybe Seattle too. Yeah, I mean Seattle. They were almost a playoff team last year. Go ahead, Nick.
Hopefully,
you got Geno Smith, who is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, and then they added to their wide receiver room, and we didn't really add to our cornerback room, which was one of the problems of last year. So yeah, Seattle is going to be a problem, and anybody who has some high grade wide receivers, they're going to be a problem too if J.C. Horn isn't healthy. So J.C. Horn has to prove that he's going to stay healthy all year. Bryce Young has to prove that he can actually hold up to being in the NFL, being almost as short as I am. Almost. Okay? I'm sorry. The dude's too small to play quarterback. We never should have picked him number one, and I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope he stays healthy.
I mean, I disagree. No, you're allowed to disagree, man. We don't tell anybody what to think. Hey, real quick, and then I'm gonna go to you, Michael. I see you. Nirvash with the $10. It says, you think this 3-4 will be good enough to stop the run consistently? That's a really big factor. To me, that's the biggest question. I appreciate you, Nirvash. That is the biggest question going into this year. That's the biggest question about our defense, rather. Are we going to be stout enough to be able to stop the run? We've kind of struggled in the past. Yeah, we kind of struggled in the past, but I'm not.
That's why the Falcons are sweeping us.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. We struggled when Matt Rule was head coach. Let's just be real. We struggled stopping the run when Matt Rule was head coach. Now, yes,
and Ron
there were
Rivera.
Games.
We had those problems with Ron
Rivera. There were games with Rivera, but there wasn't a consistent all year. We didn't stop the run. With Matt Rule, there was never consistency in anything except for losing.
Yeah,
that was the only thing he was ever consistent at.
Yeah, let me welcome my man Michael and Michael Weston. What's up, bro?
Yo, first of all, anybody that's saying less than double-digit wins, check the schedule again and run it back. Did I just hear Seattle was going to be a problem? Did you see what we did to them last year? We made DK Metcalf disappear. I'm pretty sure Geno threw 3 interceptions against us. What are we talking about? Let's put this on the table. What are we talking about?
And it's the third game, too, so JC will be healthy.
What are we talking? If we're healthy, 12 wins. Period. No ifs, ands, buts, doubts. I'll put $1,000 on it. If we're healthy, 12 wins. Seattle is not a problem because Geno he folds under pressure, and let's be real, he is horrible with man-to-man.
I'll take that bet.
Really?
I will take that bet.
You. Healthy, 12 wins, right?
Who's that man putting the money where his mouth is? Because I'll take that bet.
Michael Weston.
Yeah, that's Michael.
MD Weston 22 at Gmail.
All right.
Write it down. Healthy, 12 wins. We got
I'll hit you up at the end of the season, bro, to collect my money.
Listen, we got Miami is a problem. Facts. We got either Detroit or Minnesota. One of those is going to get us. That's facts. We're going to split one with the Saints. That's 3. And Dallas, that's 4.
We're going to split with the Falcons.
Possibly. I have no faith in
Desmond might get Ritter. Swept.
How you putting all that money?
JJ, why do you think JJ? What do the Falcons
when was the last time
possibly have better than us?
It's not just like you look at things on paper. Like you can't just look at it like that. Sometimes a team can really just play the better game of football.
No, but JJ, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if it's not the roster? what is it about Atlanta that makes you think, oh man, that could be a team that sweeps us?
I don't trust us really right out the gate being able to stop the run, especially when the Falcons are immediately going to have that rushing attack coming out week 1 in a home game.
I don't put a lot of faith. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't put a lot of faith in the Falcons knowing what they're doing. They haven't figured it out yet. Let's be honest. How many years did we have Christian McCaffrey? How many years did we have Christian McCaffrey?
Like
3 years.
Yeah, and let's be honest here. Bijan Robinson. Do you really think Bijan Robinson is going to pick the Atlanta Falcons up and carry him into the Super Bowl? Or even make him great?
Did y'all
really and all the folks they added to their defense.
But JJ, Bryce Young as a quarterback, that's more important to what your offense's production is going to be, more so than your running back.
Yeah, it is. But what I'm saying,
let me make the odds, ladies and gentlemen. We even the odds. Do we not realize we was the laughing stock when it come to coaching staff for the past 3 years, 4 years? We even the odds.
We always lose to the fucking Falcons. Why are we questioning that? Literally, even in our most dominant season of our franchise history, we still fucked it up against these guys.
It's a division rival. It's a division rival.
Exactly. That's
different coaching staff.
Can I
I'm not about
yes,
to
we're
stand on that.
supposed to be
When
the
it's a
better
total
team, but
different
we're
coaching
gonna
staff.
lose games we
All right,
shouldn't.
let me go to Chuck and then inbound Panthers. Go ahead, Chuck.
I just want to answer you something. Okay, Falcon. I'm just calling him out. I'm a football fan for as much as I'm a Panthers fan. The Falcons did upgrade. You're not going to tell me a running game helps the whole team be functional. You're lying to yourself. Stop. If they can run the ball, they're going to be a formidable team. You cannot say they're going to be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. That is fiction.
Like they did win 7 games last year with Marcus Mariota bum ass.
Not sleep. This is what happens all the time with Panthers fans.
They won the same amount of games as us.
I'll rebuttal this.
You're reading more into this than what we're saying. We're not saying they won't be tough. We're not saying the Atlanta. I mean, I want to just say that I think we'll split. We always split. We win one, they win one. Life goes on. That's what we do.
I thought y'all were questioning us.
Now
splitting.
the problem is people are looking at the Falcons thinking, oh my God, look at all the let's be real. They have Calais Campbell. He's 36 years old. He's 36 years old. Yeah. He goes from team to team because he runs out of steam before the end of the year. Okay, yes, we played them the first game of the year. We also played them week 15. Do you think with 15 the old man Calais Campbell is going to be good? Probably not. Bud Dupree used to play for Tennessee before he played for the Steelers. Guess what? For Tennessee Titans, he was pathetic trash. That's why when he was released, nobody wanted him. Jeff Okudah was a bust. Was a flat-out bust for the Lions. And now he's their starter. We're supposed to be scared of him? Well, he didn't look that whole tough when he was with the Falcons. I mean, let's just what he said.
Yeah, but...
Okay.
Let Cody go.
Let me go in order. I said inbound. And then I'll go JJ. Go ahead, inbound.
Yeah, because I want to make a case for the Falcons.
Oh, you're breaking up, buddy.
That's what you get for making a case for the Falcons.
And I was like,
hold on, inbound. Start over. You were breaking up. You went frozen for a minute.
Oh, am I good now?
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was scared, man, because it was either Bijan or Jalen Carter. I didn't want either of them, but They got Bijan, and that's scary. They also got Bergeron, the guard, who's like the top-rated running guard or whatever. He was bad in pass protection, but they have a nasty running game. And
they want to run the ball.
Dude, I got a question.
They got Jesse Bates.
Bijan is going to outplay Miles Sanders? Do you think Bijan's going to come in his rookie year and outplay Miles Sanders?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he
you
could
got
easily do
you're
that.
putting too
Bijan
much
is
hype on
disgusting,
it on a
guys.
running
Bijan
back.
is absolutely disgusting. Like he is
Miles Sanders ran for damn near 1,300 yards last
with
year.
the
You think he's
best.
going to come in
Anybody
this
want to
game?
run behind that line? All the Eagles running backs had high yards per carry. Like it
Okay,
didn't
let me
matter
ask you a
who's running the
question.
ball.
I got a question. I like. Is our line garbage? Do I not remember us
No.
Well, I didn't finish my
upgrading
case. I didn't finish my case.
Yeah. Let him finish his thought. Go ahead, Inbound.
Okay.
I'm just giving the points as to what we should fear the Falcons' running game. Outside of that, guys, their D line is not good. They have good secondary, but you don't build a defense out of a safety first. Like that is just one of the worst team building things you could do. They paid Jason Bates a bag, and that made me happy because you don't do that. Like they're not impactful like that. So in my opinion, it's going to come down to us stopping their defense, which we can do because we have Shy Tuttle. He's a great run stuffer. DJ Johnson, he might not be productive getting sacks, but he can set the edge. I think Derek Brown is nasty. Like he's absolutely disgusting at stuffing the run, and he's only going to get better
that
next
guard
year.
you was talking about last year. He tossed that guard.
He's nasty, and I think with Evero, like in that running defense, we're going to be able to make Desmond Ridder pass the ball, and then that's where we win. And if you look at the opposite, like our offense against their defense, we destroy them, dude. Our O-line is so much better than their D-line. We will be able to run and pass, in my opinion.
And
so that's going to be the difference.
I'm gonna go. My man Nick has to leave. Nick, I appreciate you for joining me, bro. If you want to jump back in later, you surely can, bro. You have anything you want to say before you jump out? You're muted.
Thanks, bro. I'm hoping to be back on, but I don't know how it's going to go. I'm still driving home. But, guys,
all good, bro.
It's good catching up with you, man. It was great rocking with you guys on my ride home from work. And, hey, the way that I look at it with this bet that I made, either I'm going to have to shell out $1,000 because we're going to the playoffs, or I'm going to make $1,000. It doesn't sound like a lose to me. So
win-win, baby.
But guys,
I put my email in the thing so you know I'm serious.
Yeah, he put his email.
Bro, I just screenshot it. All right, hold on. I'll put mine in there too before I bounce out. But you guys have yourselves a good night, all right?
You too.
All right, peace and love, Nick.
What I was saying, I'm not saying that the Falcons are going to be world beaters, but I'm saying that people will come in on here saying 12-5. Oh, Falcons ain't shit. No, stop it.
Are the Panthers world beaters though?
No, I'm not saying. They will.
I
missed that. Who said we were being 12-5?
Michael Weston.
Came on here and said 12-5. Easy.
I did. Michael Weston.
10-7.
12-5.
9.
Well, that's a little crazy.
9-8.
I don't know.
I mean, my opinion, and I've watched 3 different podcasts this week, and I'm all over Twitter all the time and Facebook and several groups. And here's what I'm noticing, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. There's a lot of fans out there who are negative because they didn't get the quarterback they wanted. If that's the reason why you're negative, then to be honest with you, I don't know have anything what to say. If that's the only reason why you're negative, then you really need to stop and smell the roses a little bit. Okay?
Yeah,
and then you know what? Let me add on to your point, Pickle. You know what? Everybody had their favorite. Once upon a time, CJ Stroud. That was my dude. But now it's time to fall in line behind Bryce Young, y'all. Because let me tell you, they got Bears fans coming out of the woodworks talking shit. All the media members that were once upon a time in love with Bryce Young, now they're practically talking shit about him, bro. They're not predicting him to have offensive rookie of the year. We have gone back to being the Panthers that the national media at large doesn't give a damn about. So, we really need to stop fighting about the quarterback. I mean, this is just my opinion, by the way. We got to stop fighting on, the quarterback should have been Anthony Richardson or it should have been CJ Stroud. Well, nah, dude, it's not. It's Bryce Young. We drafted him for a reason. Panther fans are going to need to come together, bro, because I'm telling you, everyone else is already starting to clown us for no reason
Cody,
at all, bro.
I was just about to say that. I didn't want to go at it. when I saw someone else's podcast, they was really salty about Bryce Young, and I'm like, bro, it's over now. It's over.
Yeah.
Draft
Yeah,
is,
man.
it's done.
Yes.
We have our quarterback. I wanted CJ Stroud in the beginning too, but you don't see me pounding on making disparagements about Bryce Young or the team or this team going to finish 6-11, 5-12. I don't say all that. I want to move forward and I want to win football games. Period.
All right, that's it, man.
I'm gonna tell you why I say that. I'm gonna tell you why I say that because I see some things
that I gotta introduce someone.
My fault. I saw something that I think people took and didn't pay attention to. It wasn't the Brandon Marshall in training in Mingo. It wasn't that. It wasn't the fact that we got Hayden Hurst, which is steady hands, and the only reason why he had only 400 and something yards last year is because they were sharing the ball between Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. It wasn't that. It wasn't Miles Sanders with 1,200 plus yards that he was rushing. It wasn't even that. It was the fact that they were so scientific and the way they worked on this offensive line. They went straight to go get a man that Icky already has chemistry with from college. They made sure they went back and got somebody that could sit in spots where my man, while he's healing, that they can still protect. They made sure they really signed Bradley Bozeman, and we still got Taylor Moton. I'm telling you, I see a top 8, top 5 offensive line in this locker room, and everybody know what wins games. It's the offensive line.
Trenches.
Bryce Young is going to have a wall in front of him by the end of the year, and if you can't get to this accurate, high IQ football son of a bitch,
what you gonna do? Yeah, and he gets the ball out of his hands fast as hell, man. That's an important part of his game that people can't just openly dismiss. Hey, I want to welcome my
You're
guy.
not worried about the injuries?
Wait, hold up.
To the
I gotta welcome my guy. You know him, you love him from the beautiful isles of Hawaii. My man JD, aka Young Wukong. What up, big dog? Are you excited about your cousin playing quarterback for the Panthers?
Oh, most definitely, man. Like I don't know the gentleman's name that was speaking before me, but yo, when you list out everything that the Panthers front office has done for the team and the guys that are coming back, and we know how the offensive line looked last year. Now you add in some young talent, bro. Like I was reading an article. It was talking about Laviska Shenault and his impact, the impact he could have on the team. Bro, there's so many guys that have been brought in, guys that are coming back. When I look at the schedule, I try not to pay any attention to what other. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm aware of what other teams have done to a degree. I'm not gonna stand here and act like I paid nearly any attention to these other teams. But when I'm looking at this schedule, I think three different ways. Optimistic. If I'm going completely optimistic, the Panthers are gonna win every game on the schedule, Super Bowl and all that jazz. We know that shit probably ain't happening. Then we can go pessimistic. We can look at it in a negative light and say we'll probably win 5 games, 6 games, and be happy. Realistically, bro, last year we had a 9-8 or better win team. This year, there's no reason whatsoever this team shouldn't hit 9+ wins. The first 2 weeks, that's Falcons and Saints. Like that's a damn good test. I mean, that's a beautiful way to start the season, in my opinion. So I'm not sitting there like the same thing again. I don't know who was that said it, but the amount of negativity that is online surrounding, like these people are supposed to be fans of the team. Yet I go on these websites, and I'm not going to name any names. I go on these websites, and it's that's all the comments are. Hey, he's 5'9", 5'10", $180 soaking wet. He ain't gonna be able to do. He gets hit one good time. Bro, like stop all the negative. Man can't grow anymore.
Yeah, we don't know that. Like it's almost like the more they say it, the more it's like they're damn near wishing it to happen. It's like just because he's small, just because it's one thing to worry about it, and I got that shit. I count myself amongst the people that was worrying about it. I know Pickle did. I know Drew did. A lot of people did, but now everybody's doing this correlation equals causation where if you're a small quarterback, it's just a matter of time and you're destined to get hurt. And it's almost like people are wanting him to get hurt just so they can come on this podcast and other shows and be like, yeah, I told y'all he was too damn small to play a quarterback. It's like they're just trying to pat their own asses on the back.
Yep, because God forbid something happens. We're going to see people on this podcast that we ain't seen on here since
and
early last year.
Talking mad shit the whole time. Go ahead, JD.
One last thing, because I got like 5 minutes and I got to go pick up my oldest.
You're
my
good.
daughter.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I got to go pick her up out of school. But one last thing, I had some shit happen. It didn't happen to me. It actually happened to my wife. Medical emergency. So to any and all that are listening, if you have loved ones, let people know how you feel. Let people know that you care. Let people know that you're there. Let them know that you love them, because in one fell swoop they can be gone and you never get the opportunity. Like
I agree.
Not to go into details, like I was terrified earlier this week. I thought I might be a single dad. Like I thought I might have lost my wife, but she's good right now. So to any and all out there, if you have loved ones, let them know how you feel about them. Don't wait until it's too late and then you're sitting there like, shit, I should have told them X, Y, and Z. But
JD, I appreciate that, man. Those are big time words, man. We could all use a little more of that. And prayers up to you and yours, man. I hope everybody gets healthy and everybody's back to doing okay, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Hey, same thing I say all the time. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you ain't. C3 is for the people, by the people. King Lashley out here doing things for all to come and enjoy. That's the least we can do. I'm out. Appreciate it,
JD, you're my homie, bro, forever. Peace and love, brother, and hope everything's okay, man.
Have a good weekend, all right?
Yes, sir. Yep. Who wants to get in here now? Let me go back to JJ. JJ, you were saying that we need to kind of potentially pump the brakes a little bit, that maybe we were being too optimistic. Well, the floor is yours. The floor is yours. Tell me why we need to temper our expectations.
After all this, you might not want to talk about it no more.
No, go ahead, JJ.
All right. Hold on. I am a little worried about the injuries to the offensive line we sustained that last week. You know, both guard positions are in question mark right now. I love Icky. I have his jersey as well. I hope he's the franchise left tackle, but you got to keep in mind, maybe he does have a sophomore slump. I don't expect it at all, but you have to keep those things in mind, and as well as whether we're able to sustain a right tackle. What if Taylor Moton takes a big decline this year? So I think the offensive line as a whole is in question mark coming into this season, and you already know how big that is, in general. And whether a good offensive line is what helped us get 7 wins damn near alone last year through the run game. So we understand how important that is. And that's why I question the whole season. I think Bryce Young will still have a good year, but how good? You got to remember, a solid team like the Chargers with Justin Herbert, breakout rookie year, best of all time as a rookie, still only won 7 games. It's hard to win in the NFL, especially with the new coach. All these new things you're throwing at the wall, spending big dollars for these coaches, but we don't know if they're really going to pan out like that just yet in the NFL. It's hard to win in this league. Obviously, it should be better than Matt Rule. There's no doubt about that. But 8 wins this year, I think that's pretty realistic. We know Dante Jackson, J.C. Horn are questionable as well. What if Brian Burns is maybe the same? Maybe has one less sack or something. Maybe that ankle affects him early in the year, or he heats up later in the year. But it really just depends how this defense plays as well, because we're going to need it to bail us out some weeks.
Okay.
We don't know how the whole offense is really going to be. How much of it is really trustable right now, though? Can you really say you trust it right now until we see it?
Let me put some sunshine on you to help you trust. I'm going to get you to my state of mind. I'm going to help you get there. I want you to look at the schedule. There's only 4 good quarterbacks on the whole schedule. Matter of fact, there's only 4 starting quality quarterbacks on the whole schedule. The whole thing. Not half of it, not a portion of it. Every game, you got 4 credible quarterbacks that's playing. Aaron Rodgers ain't in Green Bay.
So that means the game is like 50-50 if they don't have a quarterback, though.
But,
we still have a chance to still lose that game.
Okay, so let's take it to another
There's always
level.
a chance.
Okay, so let
You're
me tell
never
you.
going to be 100% in anything you do in anything in football. You can walk out and your quarterback stub his toe on the way out to the locker room.
But
I got to
in the locker room, and all of a sudden he's on
All right, so hold up. Let me let Chuck go. Then I'm gonna say something, and then I'm gonna welcome my next guest.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chuck.
What you're missing the point what JJ said. Offensive line. I have never in the history
I have
of
an
football.
answer for that when you get done.
In the
Go
history of football, I have never seen a top 3 worst, or no, a bottom 3 worst team, awful team to have a good O-line and be bottom 3. There's no way. You have to have a great offensive line. If you have a good offensive line, you're not going to be a sucky team. Period. You're not. That is just facts. That is proven. You know, Justin Herbert. You talk about his rookie season being great, only 7 wins. His offensive line.
They had a poor offensive line.
Facts.
But that's what I'm saying. It's questionable.
And Cody. Let me say this as well. They questioned Cody as a man because moving Brady Christensen. Honestly, he needs to be a backup left tackle so we can fortify the backups. You know, our offensive line was healthy last year. It's not going to happen this year. It's not the same. It's football. Someone's going to get hurt again. Austin Herbert is hurt, so you have to fortify that offensive line. Honestly, in the sense where we are solidified and be guaranteed with that. You don't know what's going to happen, but I damn sure know if this offensive line continues to be good, we'll be good. But you can't guarantee everything.
Yeah. So let me say 2 things. Well, no, here, Pickle, you go first, and then I'm gonna say what I said. Then I'm gonna introduce our guest.
All right. I did a video this week, and I talked a great deal about the offensive line. And let's be clear here. Justin McCray, a lot of people forget about him. He has started in the league for left tackle, played good football at left tackle, left guard, center, and right guard, and right tackle. He started at all 5 positions. Coincidentally, every time he started, his offensive line coach was James Campbell. Now, let's remember, we drafted a rookie that was with Icky in college, high talent guy, ready to go in there start. Now, contrary to what the incompetent depth charts or reporters out there who don't know what they're talking about, they ain't going to put him at left guard or right guard. He's never played right guard. It would be incompetently stupid to do that. We all know that. Okay. Hypothetical. Now, as far as Brady Christensen's up moving around just fine. There's pictures, videos of him. He's up moving around just fine. There's nothing wrong. So he's probably all right. But they also have a guy named Cade Mays, who's they're real high on. They really like. They also brought back that other guy I always complain about, but Michael Jordan.
We'll talk about that too.
Cameron Irving's back. You have Dante Brown. You know, folks, there's a lot of guys on this roster. There's a I'm going to butcher that first name. Dovin and West. He played in the CFL as a center. He played really good in the CFL. We signed him. There's a lot of depth on the offensive line, but you just got to look at it and find it. Now, a lot of people are worrying because we didn't go out and sign a guy to a big contract. If you sign a guy to a big contract, all the young guys you have on your roster that you want to potentially play some are on the practice squad where Dante Brown was last year.
So
they're inactive for a majority of the games.
Let me say this, and then I'll welcome our guest. Oh, well, he wasn't here. He just jumped out. I guess he'll be back in a second. But like when it comes to what JJ was saying, Austin Corbett tore his ACL at the end of the year. Brady Christensen got hurt. All the news is he is ahead of schedule. But no, you're right. If you don't have that consistency among your offensive line, then it's going to be a problem.
Right.
Again, what I'll say, and yes, college is different from the NFL, but a lot of the reasons why we drafted Bryce Young are for all of the things that could possibly go bad for us this year. Alabama, while traditionally being a powerhouse school with top 5 offensive linemen, they weren't like that last year. They were not built to the brim with this incredible offensive line, and yet Bryce was still able to not only survive, but thrive and make a bunch of great plays and still had them in the top 10 of the college football rankings. So that's another reason why it's like, yes, all of those criticisms might be legit, but I'm not freaking out over them. I know that Bryce has done well under pressure, and I know that he's done well spreading the ball around to a bunch of different wide receivers, even if he didn't necessarily have that true dominant number 1 X wide receiver. So, but that's why I don't mind saying, 9 to 10 wins. That's like the least amount of wins that at least we should be a 9 or 10 win at the end of this year. And I don't see why not, man. Yeah, there's going to be some toss-up matches. There are going to be some division rivals that are going to play us tough. But at the end of the day, I agree with what a lot of people have said. There's just not a lot of high-level competition at the quarterback position for the Panthers. So if our defensive backfield, like J.C. Horn, Dante Jackson, C.J. Henderson, even though I know a lot of people are not a fan of C.J., if they're able to stay healthy and we're able to generate a somewhat consistent pass rush, I'm really not afraid of all the signal callers that we're going to be going up against. So that's why I feel everyone has the right, especially right now, to feel a little bit optimistic about the Panthers going forward. Let me welcome my man. Yeah. I'm gonna let you respond, JJ. I swear. He's been waiting for a minute. Let me welcome in Twan. Twan from the 704 Charlotte Bound Show. What's up, Twan?
What's up, man? How you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just listening.
Hi. Yeah, dog. Hey, let me
How's
welcome
everybody
in.
doing, man? Hope everybody having a good Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Also, let me welcome in Grayson Cordell. Grayson, how are you, man?
Good.
Cool. Twan, go ahead. What are you thinking about this? Well, actually, no. Hold that thought, Twan. Let me go back to JJ. JJ, respond to whatever you were going to say, man.
Thanks. What was? Oh, you said 9-10 wins. So, my expectation was 8. So, like, am I really gonna catch flack for thinking that though? Like,
No, I mean that's not that much of a difference.
I got us at 8 and 9 on the year. So,
No,
I just feel like we're gonna win games we probably shouldn't, and we're gonna lose games we probably shouldn't too. And I feel like we might lose a few more of those that we shouldn't. Or we go on like we'll struggle first and then do better in the second half of the year, kind of like the Jaguars did. I always look at it like that. I think we have a real shot to be good, but at the same time, I feel like if Bryce Young is like 4K flat, 28-7, I'm finna be calling him the GOAT at the end of the year.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, myself, if I can interrupt just for a minute, sir, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This time of year, I'm always overconfident. Then I settle down right at preseasons because we get one preseason loss, and I'm bummed out thinking we're going to suck. That's just the way it works.
Right.
But then later on toward the start of the season, I'm mellowed out and I'm back to reality. I really don't like giving wins and losses right now because to me, there's just so much you don't know. Not just about the Panthers, about all these teams. There's just so much you don't know. You really don't know.
There's a lot to not know about us though this year.
Well, I mean, you're right, but there's also a lot that we know that people don't want to look at. And I say that literally about the defensive line. People, and I said this again in my video, people aren't paying attention. The head coach and even the GM mentioned it. We're going to play in majority nickel and dime defense. We're going to play very little very little in base defense. People are looking at this 3-4 defense way too much. We'll be lining up in nickel and dime defense the majority of the time. So therefore, you're going to see YGM with his hand in the dirt lined up as an end a lot. You're also going to see that rookie playing a lot in that position. We're looking at this base defense like we're going to play most of the game in base defense. That's just not how it's going to work out. They're already telling you that. And why people don't listen. And Jeremy Chinn's going to play nickel and dime linebacker. They've already told you that too.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look at the game, shout out, go back there. It's on YouTube and look at the highlights of Jeremy Chinn, his rookie year for the Vikings. Then that's the Jeremy Chinn you're liable to see on the field.
Yeah. And while we're talking, I'm going to put up some stuff from the rookie OTAs or the rookie minicamp that was just going on today. We saw Bryce Young for the first time on the field. People still saying that he looks small. Bat Daddy put it out on Twitter. He's worried about how small he looks, but it ain't a surprise to me, man. We knew he was little. And honestly, like him being 5'10", like look, the average man in America is 5'9". So technically, he is above average height. You know what I'm saying? Now you might not like that for a quarterback position, but
I've heard this before. I'm sorry again. I interrupted you. I really have heard. You know, I remember back when Drew Brees came into the league and people thought the same thing. I remember when Russell Wilson came into the league and people thought the exact same thing. He's too short to play quarterback. Cam Newton was too big to play quarterback. I mean, you know, it's just way people have this assumption of height until they actually get on the field. I remember people, y'all, I kid you not, ask Steve Smith. I kid you not. Ask Tony. Ask Tony. When Steve Smith came into the league, well, maybe not Tony. Tony probably don't remember that far back. But no doubt, when Steve Smith came into the league, they literally told him he would never play wide receiver because he was too little. Fact.
Yep, that is true. And let me go to Twan. Twan, I know you got some thoughts, man. I heard you.
Hold on, Cody. I gotta head out. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Everyone in the chat, please come in and like and subscribe. Of course, we all support C3 family. But I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Hey, you too, JJ. Have a great one, man. Peace and love, bro. And yeah, by the way, we have some room, man. We got a bunch of extra spaces. If you would like to join and be a part of the discussion, please feel free and do so. Hit the link at the top of the chat. Twan, jump in on this, man. But I heard you grunt at something, man. It seemed like something kind of hit you the wrong way when we were talking about small quarterbacks. What are you thinking, man?
Oh, no, I didn't grunt. I was sneezing back here. You know, everybody watching the next game tonight, man. At least that's what I want to believe.
Oh, I ain't. I could care less about basketball.
I mean, you know, we talked about this last night, so I just want, I'm always supporting C3 over here, man. Cody, Pickle, and all y'all, Tony, and the whole crew, man. And it's I can't. Sometimes, you know, you do homework when you come on other platforms, and I just want to hear what other people had to say, you know. And to see if it was like a continuation of what we did last night, to see if people was gonna come on and be like, we're gonna go 15-2 and crazy and shit, like, you know, like that, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm
just getting to the point, man, where I wish for the best, and I don't hope, you know, I don't expect the worst. It's just like I'm a Panthers fan, you know. My emotions get driven through the dirt, you know.
No, you're right about that, man.
You know, I don't want to set myself up in no fail, but one of the things I do tell myself is that we're gonna get better this year, and go from there or whatever. I mean, the only thing about the quarterback situation is the very fact is this, and I hope people back me up when I say this. Rookie quarterbacks don't do well in their first year. Most of them don't. They're not successful in their first year. They gotta get used to the speed of the game, the way the game goes, you know, and things like that. And I hope Bryce Young or whoever our quarterback is goes out there and do their thing, man. But we got a lot of promises on the scene with the coaching staff and the pieces we picked up. And in my head, I don't think it's no reason why. I think anything less than 10 wins is kind of failure. But
yeah. No,
I mean, it's right there, 9 and 10 wins. You know what I'm saying? And that's up. I mean, as long as we win NFC South, which I think we can do, you know what I'm saying? We can build on that and keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Grayson, you had something you want to say, bro? Yo, Grayson, you there? Yeah, go ahead, man.
So, do you think Bryce Young can make a whole season with winning all games?
You mean like winning every game of the season? Bro, it's not impossible. I know some fans would probably say that it's impossible, but I don't think so. I mean, to me, it's just a lot of things have to go right. The entire team has to be healthy. And no, a lot of things have to go your way, man. All of these teams have the same goal. They're trying to win a Super Bowl and make it all the way to the top. So, if we're able to stay healthy and Bryce Young lives up to expectations, then yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we couldn't make off an incredible run in Bryce Young's rookie season. Hey, Pickle, you said you had some breaking news?
Zadarius Smith,
Zadarius Smith?
Yeah, has been traded from the Vikings to the Browns. The Browns acquired Smith and a 2025 6th and 7th round pick in exchange for sending a 2024 and 2025 5th round picks to the Vikings.
All right. So the Browns are loading up, doing a little more.
Yep.
But everybody, so Barstool shared this about Bryce looking small. I'm sorry, he doesn't even look that small to me.
No.
Like I've seen other pictures of Bryce where he looks like the smallest dude by a mile of anyone around him, but not there. I mean, he doesn't look that. He does not look that small. I mean, he's small, but it's like we already knew this before.
Yeah, and shout out to Anthony and Bat Daddy. They were having a conversation on Twitter, and I didn't do this myself, but they were talking about it. And they said that they have actually went back and looked, and the Alabama offensive line was 6'4" itself. So if he can see over them, I don't see that that's an issue here.
Yeah,
he did I will say one thing. In college, he did a lot of rolling out.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't stay stationary behind them. He rolled out a lot.
Right. Well,
but I mean, that could be reading too much into it. But I'm sure the quarterback, it's to my benefit to roll out.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I trust. Maybe it's a cop out. Maybe it's my cop out. I don't have no doubt of that if it is. My cop out, I guess I'll just say it. My cop out is I trust the coaches. I just do. I trust the coaches.
Yeah.
I've never, ever been a fan of the Panthers that I've trusted all the coaches. And I just currently trust all the coaches. I've always said, well, I like this coach and I trust this coach. Yeah, I don't know about the others, but their own staff. But I just trust the coaches. And I mean, I like the way it's handled because even if Thomas, the offensive coordinator, has an issue, he's got Jim Caldwell to holler at. He's got the head coach to holler at. Even the defensive coordinator, Rivero, or the secondaries coach, has an issue, and they reach out. Good Lord. The other old man is hanging out there ready to help him.
Dom Capers.
Yeah, I trust our coaches. And I believe these coaches are going to have fix for things that we're already discussing about. I believe they've already had this conversation. And maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just trust the coaches. So.
Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why we're all excited. Like the coaches that we have brought to this team have a pedigree. Like they have a history of winning football games.
Right.
So again, it's like all these things, confluencing on one another. it reminds me that we have a coaching staff that has been to the top of the mountain before. Guys that have done this. Scott Thomas mentions Deuce Staley also.
Yeah,
so, Again, we I feel like we're going to be able to know how to put all these players in the best position to be successful.
I wish there was some more in this beer, probably.
Trying to find some more of the videos that I got from earlier at training camp.
Damn, this is good stuff right here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. Hey, so, where was that thing? So we got a little bit of this. People are already really hyping up Jonathan Mingo to Bryce Young, and we're already seeing the Panthers promote it too.
Yeah, and what am I drinking? I'm drinking. It's nothing hard, y'all. I'm drinking Smirnoff Ice Green Apple.
Oh, those are good, man.
Yeah. I used to drink a little bit of beer here and there, but I like these a lot better. They got better flavor. I just like them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Pickle juice.
Who do you guys think had the?
If y'all, I'm sorry, Twan. Let me read it. If y'all see this little sign up here, I need to shout out our man Dietz for making that for
Skills.
me. Diesel Skills. That's his name. I'd shout out him. He makes some of them on Twitter. Great guy. You need stuff made, y'all. Holler at the man. He's very talented.
He's just an overall great guy.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is.
Man, did you got I stayed up all night last night watching. I'm just a fan like that. Watching all the other teams release videos.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys looked at any other release videos, but
I haven't this year.
I think we had the second best video out of all the teams that I looked at. I thought the Minnesota Vikings had the best one.
What were some of the other ones that you looked at that you felt were the best?
Look at the Vikings. I like what the Indianapolis Colts did. They did like eating through the schedule, so they had two of their big men sit down, and they had to guess the team they had to play based on the food that they brought out them to the table to them to eat.
Nice.
A lot of people like the anime one that the Rams did.
Yeah, the Chargers. I loved it, dude.
The Chargers,
yeah.
It was some clever ones. It was some dumbest, like the Saints had the worst one, man. That shit was terrible. I wanted my time back.
The Saints and the Jaguars had an identical video, just different players. Like they had the NFL script writer in their video. It was like, all right, way to be super original.
They've been robbed. They've hired one firm and one guy did it. Changed a few things and charged them a boatload of money for the same video. That's kind of cool.
The Falcons had some TikTok shit. That shit was stupid.
Yeah, the Falcons was lame as hell.
It's the Falcons. What are you going to expect?
The Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans had a good one. Theirs didn't feel like they were doing too much. It was like Nashville. Yeah, they also had a bunch of really like famous people in it, man. They had this rapper named Jelly Roll. They had a famous comedian in there.
Yeah, I saw it. They was in a bar. They was in a bar.
Yeah, that
shit was kind of cool.
Yeah, that felt like you were in a bar in Tennessee. You know, so that one.
The Cowboys failed horribly, though, man. The Cowboys tried to spend all this money to do the Yellowstone shit.
It is the Cowboys, though. That's not surprising.
They said they probably spent the most money because they went out and got the dude who does Yellowstone and brought him in, but the players were so corny.
Yeah,
it was
yeah. That was one of the ones I didn't see.
I was looking at everybody that we had to play.
The Bills had a pretty embarrassing one. I felt like they were trying to be humorous, but it was just cornball and did not come off very well, in my opinion. Yeah, man.
I saw some shit on Twitter where most people like we were either number one or number two.
Go ahead, Grayson. Grayson, go ahead, man. All right, we'll go back to Grayson. I guess he's not there. But
where the hell is everybody at tonight, man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a slow night on the free for all. Hey, we got 119 people watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you would like to join the conversation, you can be a part of that as well.
People
I
heading
ain't
to the
even hit
beach.
the like button yet. Shame on me.
That's right. Shame. Hey, real quick, I want to show Bryce Young talking about arriving early to training camp and just overall acting like a professional.
He's our little stud buffing.
Hey, Cody, before you start, hit pause real quick.
Mhm.
I'm guessing that he's going to say the word super at least 8 times.
Oh, and like 50.
Give me at the very minimum, he's going to say super at least 8 times.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, this is a huge day for me. This is my first day of practice. It was a lot of fun. So of course, I wanted to set the tone. I was just here trying to get stuff down like we all were. We talked about it a lot as a team. Being prepared, making sure that in this rookie mini camp, we talked about the themes of the team, and one of them is making sure that we're prepared and to do what we want to do. So
Can't really hear it, Cody.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do.
I'm excited for and want to improve on, and I'm super happy to be here. So, I just want to.
He's also a soft-spoken dude, so even if the audio is good or bad, sometimes it's just hard to hear. But no, I mean, he was talking about being there early, and he was excited to be there and get on the same page and start learning the playbook and things like that.
Now,
we'll also have Jonathan Mingo here in a bit too, but I mean, everything that we've seen so far from Bryce has been exceptional. Do y'all feel like Bryce Young is already exceeding our expectations?
I haven't seen him do anything yet.
Right, I mean, the degree that you can, but without actually having played any football games. It just seems like everything that he says, everything he does,
what's up, Josh?
how he carries himself.
He ain't put no mayonnaise in his drink yet, or ate a banana with the peel on it. So he can't be real bad.
If Bryce Young really did that and went 8-0, would y'all care? We all be putting mayonnaise in our coffee.
Oh no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No,
hey man, y'all don't care about that shit.
I'd say, well, each to their own.
Pickle, if the Panthers could win a Super Bowl and all you had to do was put a little mayo in your coffee one time, would you do it?
I feel that shit up with half a Duke.
Yeah, you better say
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We ain't gotta do that.
As long as I had a trash can to throw up in afterward, I'm good.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Now, Bryce Young was also on the WFNZ show with Kyle Bailey today. The link to that is in the private chat, but I don't know. You just have to look at it and see if you can't play it. I don't know. You might not can. I know how YouTube is with their little rules and such. So
one thing I will say about Bryce Young is I hope that he comes in with the mindset that I want to earn everything that I get.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be a player that gets coddled. You know what I'm saying? And then, because I think some players can fall into that coddled stage and I'm not worried about anything that's going to happen to me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I don't try hard today or whatever, I want him to be one of those players that comes in and said, don't show me no special favors. I want to get out here and get it myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And that does seem like how he's acting, though, Twan. Like, that seems to be the sentiment that I'm picking up from Bryce.
Part of my brain tells me not to mention this, but I'm going to anyway because I don't often listen to that part.
Because you're a pickle.
So, probably right. I look like a pickle today. I read today that's something that impressed me about Anthony Richardson, and I had to share it. Okay.
I know what you're
At
saying.
the rookie symposium where all the rookies were there, Anthony Richardson, when it was all over and all the rookies left, of course, there's big ballrooms and there's trash everywhere. He stayed and helped clean up, and even the guy over the PA, anyway, told him he didn't have to do that. That they have people paid to come and do this, and he wouldn't do that. He said, but You make a mess, it's your job to clean it up. And he insisted on staying, and he wouldn't leave until it was all cleaned up. I thought
Like
that
his mom and dad, man. He was raised.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that was cool. So I really think that was
No,
cool.
he has a good story. He has a good story. When you look up his story, man, him and his mom, and he's a very humble dude.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest with you, I liked most of the guys from this draft once you got to know them. I really liked CJ Stroud and everything that he had been through and how he was a good teammate. Anthony Richardson also seemed to be like that type of person. And then Bryce, man, Bryce has it in abundance. And that kind of goes back to my question. Like, I mean, what could Bryce Young have done better than everything that he's already done, man? He's been to the stadium a bunch. He's already been working out. They said before the practice today, him and Jonathan Mingo, either yesterday or today, they had spent some time working with one another, throwing with one another. So they're already trying to get on the same page as one another and build that cohesion. Like, to me, Bryce Young has aced every single test that he has had to take for the Carolina Panthers thus far. I mean, aced it and then some.
I don't think people agree with me a lot of times when I say this, but this is just, you got to understand different type of athletes and when you get into a mentality when you play the sport.
Right.
And I don't really care. Like, and this is just me. I don't care about off the field stuff.
Right.
You know, like people can sound great in interviews. When you sit down in front of people, you can be the coolest guy on the team with everybody, but it doesn't add skill to you. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, when you get out on that field, I love the quiet player that doesn't have to boast about anything. He just gets out there and works you on the field, bro. You know? And I'm just that's why I said I don't want Bryce Young to fall into this bubble of everybody always been you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make him comfortable all the time with it. Because the players is not gonna do that, guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Players gonna give Bryce Young hell in practice. They gonna talk shit to him. Everything. I just want him to be prepared for it. He probably heard it at Alabama too. But I'm telling y'all, that's how it works, and they gonna break his ass in practice, and that'll be good for him. He'll be even more ready when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I want them to take it easy on him. At the same time, you already heard that today he did a good job of rallying the troops and getting people moving, making sure that the practices was going well, moving well. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like right now, I'm gonna choose to believe in Bryce Young. Even if that makes me seem like an over-enthusiastic optimist, he just hasn't given me a reason yet to doubt him for anything at all.
I found
he'll be good. Cool. He'll be great.
I found it very cool to myself finding out that there were a bunch of people waiting to greet him when he came to practice, right? At that little Jane where they greeted him. There's a bunch of people, media, fans, the whole 9 yards. And he never came out. He never came. He was already at practice. He was already there. He was there an hour before everybody else was there.
No, that's impressive.
I thought that was cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Riley Lee, I was about to go to you, man. Come back.
That's impressive.
So
when football players are like, I don't want y'all showing me any more special treatment than my teammates, because like now we're one. You got quarterbacks in the past and players of the past that loves that camera on just him.
Yep.
Or just her, depending on what sport it is. And it's just about them. And you're not highlighting the rest of these guys that get out here and get it just like I get it. So, that's impressive. If Bryce Young is going to be like, look, this is a team, bro. Don't treat me any differently. I mean, and the people are saying that know him saying that that's how he is, then I'm excited then. I'm excited for him.
Yeah. I mean, I do. Same, man. It's like everything that you hear about him, it seems like he is prepared. Like, preparedness is his greatest weapon. No one is more prepared for what's about to happen than him because of that elite level of preparation and training that he does. And Mingo, Jonathan Mingo has also been getting a lot of buzz, man. Everyone's saying that he looks so strong, so fast, great hands, and that everybody's just really excited about what this man has the potential to do. Riley Lee, welcome to the Friday Free For All, bro. What's up?
Sorry, Cody. My phone powered down right when I was plugging in.
Nah, you're good, man. Tell me what you're thinking about anything, man. The Panthers schedule, whatever it is.
I ain't been able to go through too much of the schedule yet, but it looks like doable. I mean, at least a 50-50 or more shot on the games that we're going to be playing, and especially if Bryce picks up the book quick enough. And I put in earlier on the chat that as long as his line stays together and stays healthy, I think we got a better chance to, at least get possibly 10 wins out of the season.
Yeah, I like that. I like 10 wins, and I'll bring up the schedule here in a minute, and we can go back over it and start to do some very early predictions, and we'll go through them one by one. But this is some Bryce Young throws from today at rookie minicamp, and again, I'll play some more. But just in time, my man Anthony back on the show. What's up, Anthony?
What's up, guys? What's
How you
going on?
doing?
Dude, look, the ball jumps out of his hand, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it's
not.
in the-
I'm just not. I think people are overestimating. I think his quick passing is going to. I think that's going to be his key. His quick passing. I think they're building the offense around him, and they never built the offense around Cam. They never built the offense around Jake Delhomme. They never built the offense around a quarterback that I can remember ever being a Panther fan. So
No, Reich
kudos
in
to
the
that.
beginning. They built it around Reich in the beginning, but that was, a pick and choose type deal. So
I was also 25 years ago.
yeah, that's about the only quarterback they actually built around.
Yeah.
You and me's probably the only one to think back that far. At least while I was on this show, anyway.
You're
right. Hey, there's another question I wanted to ask. Yeah, in recent months, Steve Smith has been more and more involved with the team.
Yeah.
To the point where he's out there, like, actually a part of training camp. Like, on his own show, he says that he never wanted to be a coach.
Look at
But
him.
I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that man at all. I feel like he wants to be out there.
He's even said he's got calls from Tepper asking him about Mingo as far as our receiver.
Yeah, he's very involved with the team now, more maybe than he ever was after his departure from playing for the team. So my question is, like, is it only a matter of time before Steve Smith is an official coach for the Carolina Panthers? Because even though he says he doesn't want it, bro, it feels like it's inevitable, man.
Oh, who catching the ball like that? Who catching that ball?
Number 83, that's I don't know. I have to look up.
I'll look it up for you.
Like Christian McCaffrey for a second.
Yeah, they've had so many number changes and roster changes. It's hard to keep track of who's who.
Charlotte does look beautiful, doesn't it, Conseco? That's my city out here, bro. I love it.
Don't start, Cody. Don't start.
Nah, don't tell me to start, bro. That's my city right there, bro. Looking beautiful.
Oh, 83 is wide receiver Derek Wright.
Derek kind of shifty out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But to me, it just seems like Steve
he was
Smith
here
is only a
last year,
matter of time.
Wasn't he here as an
I'm trying to find another one too.
You're looking like Christian McCaffrey out there.
a little bit.
That's, I mean, and I know people kind of question when I say this, but I made it again. I said it on the video. A lot of these kids right now, this is the time they show out. If you don't know what you don't know when one guy, maybe a guy you look on the depth chart, then on one of these depth charts, and he's like fourth in line on a wide receiver, Derek Wright. You don't know. And all of a sudden he may explode, and out of nowhere, people are saying, "Who's this dude?" And then and it carries it on through the regular season. You know, you don't know. Oh, Hendon Hooker's on the lines. I could give a damn about Hendon Hooker right now.
Had him say a few words to the guys afterwards.
Cody, I think you're on mute.
Yo, you're right. I'm stupid as hell. Yeah, this is only a 30-second clip. Apologies if the video is kind of hard to hear, but we'll play this and then I'll.
Involved in a little drill
This is about Steve Smith.
work out there. That was great. Had him say a few words to the guys afterwards. You know, I mean, he just speaks and it's like, okay, this guy's got some presence. What he says is going to carry weight with those guys. And, you know, I liked what he said, you know, pushing the guys, you know, like, let's go. I mean, this is a great opportunity you have, but we got to go harder. We got to be on top of our game. But it's kind of cool that we get him here and hope to see a lot of them out here.
Fantastic. And just in time to join this discussion, it's our very own Tony Dunn, the professor, joining the Friday Free For All. Tony, how are you, brother?
I'm great, man. Great. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good.
Tony, what up?
Combing through some of this rookie minicamp stuff, talking about if Bryce Young does or doesn't look small. And then we're gonna.
Well, he doesn't look big. All right,
he doesn't look big, but yeah.
I called Greg a wet blanket today. We were having a conversation about it.
Well, that's his role. That's kind of his stick.
Yeah. And then we were talking, Tony, about Steve Smith. He might say on his pod that he doesn't want to be a coach, but I don't believe him, man. Dude, he's out there like practically running wide receiver drills and shit.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'll play the clip of it, but yeah, Tony, how are you, man? Tell me what's on your mind.
I saw you guys were talking about the schedule earlier.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it back up.
I thought we have one extra road game, right? Rather than one extra home game.
Right.
That's, I guess, the Miami game. Is the Germany game Germany game's next year? I thought it was this year.
Are we playing in 2 Germany games?
No. So I heard that
next year we are. Next year we're playing in 2.
We're supposed to play the Chiefs in Germany, but then there's like, if I'm David Tepper, I'm bringing Mahomes to Charlotte. Fuck all that. You'll make so much money if you bring Patrick Mahomes to Charlotte.
My friend brought that up. Is like he doesn't like those games, A, because you lose a home game, and B, that you've got
who's really going to go there? Like
big draw.
I mean, it's hard.
Once you get them international dollars, bro, that's a lot more money.
We've got a big draw in Germany, Cody. I mean, if you look at it, they're showing up and even flying over here and taking up their planes.
Yeah, they're sold out years in a year in advance.
I heard that Germany is a bigger market for the NFL than the UK. Like German
well, they're a
fans
bigger
are
country, so I mean,
yeah,
it wouldn't be
all
shocking.
about some American football.
Yeah.
a significantly bigger country. So
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to one of those Germany games, bro.
So is
boy Chad.
Well,
And Aaron Duncan's going too.
Yeah, Chad's planning to go to the Germany game.
Man, I can't even afford to go to a Charlotte game, let alone go to the damn Germany game. So like I was trying to think of this. Some other things that stood out on the schedule to me were I feel like we don't usually open up with a division team, so that's kind of I was totally wrong. I was just feeling that they were going to put that Stroud or Richardson matchup early on. I'm a little disappointed with that. I think that Chicago game is going to probably be the biggest talking point of the entire schedule.
I'm glad they put Atlanta on first, actually.
Yeah.
The home game. Is that 2 home games right in a row, or is it
right after the bye? We have 2 back-to-back home. That is the only time the entire season that we're going to have back-to-back home games this week 8 and 9.
How can you tell if these are home and away?
The black is home and away is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I must have got mixed up.
The the 10th is the one I'm concerned about because that'll be the third away game in a row, and we're going to the Saints, and I just think that's when we'll lose to the Saints. I think the team will be wore out by then.
Yeah, that's why I said I think if you're honestly asking me what I'm most scared of, like in the NFL, it's not really who you play, it's how good you are that year. So like just based on how they have a scheduled, like 3 away games in a row is just naturally hard. Like those are just going to be hard games. But I think we got a little overhyped with thinking that this Stroud Young thing was going to be week 1 because they're actually probably smart by putting it towards the middle of the season when these rookies are starting to really get a grasp of the NFL. Like the week 1 game would have sold a lot of tickets, but it probably wouldn't have been competitive by any means.
Yeah, but what if also like neither of these teams are relevant in week 8?
That's true.
Or at least the Texans. At least, I mean, we're trying to think we're not, but I mean, it just didn't happen that way. So I mean, I was just I thought they would, but
yeah, even after the bye though, if you look, we're facing Stroud, Richardson, and then Fields.
I know those are the storylines that live together as well. Go ahead, Cody.
We also only have 2 primetime games.
Only? Well, that's more than we've had.
Falcons got 0.
I wish we had 0.
Colts got 0. A few of them got 0.
And Green Bay's got 6. How did they rank 6 and they got Jordan Love as their starting quarterback?
It's just because they're the Packers and they're a blue blood.
I think they're real good at performing extra duty in the league office, if you catch my drift.
Well, yeah, but they've got a lot of more audience out there. They've been more established for a lot longer period.
Yeah,
I still think that they do extra chores for the commission. That's why they got that. The knee pads is coming in style up there.
Hey, let me welcome 2 more people into the Friday free for all. My man Wes Justin, aka Kid Rock's younger brother, aka the dude with the badass voice changer. Justin, what's up, bro?
What's up, motherfuckers?
How you doing, man? How you feel about the schedule, man?
It looks kind of easy, but I ain't gonna sleep on it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep on it. I think, dude, I think the Falcons gonna be kind of scary, bro.
I don't know right now. I mean, hey, that's your opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I'll tell you I disagree.
Well, my buddy at work is a big Falcons fan, and he's like, "Oh, we got this person." I was like, "Well, you still ain't gotta worry about the coaching staff too."
The Falcons fans.
You can have all the people you want, but
I don't love
the Falcons fans remind me of Cowboy fans anymore. They're about the same fans. I mean, I work with a Falcon fan. I know, no kidding. I work with a Falcon fan, a Cowboy fan, and a Eagle fan. And the
I'm good, Leo. You're the only one
is
that's ever
the
had a
Eagle
problem with
fan.
it.
The Falcon fan, we can have some good conversation. The Falcon fan, me and him, we can have some good conversation without getting mean. The Cowboy fan, he's just an idiot.
Yeah,
I do
also,
say,
go ahead. And then I'm welcome somebody to the show.
So I was thinking about this. I think the Saints. So I switched my mind. I think the Saints are going to be better than the Falcons, and I think it really does come down to the quarterback position. Because I was thinking about it, because people are arguing, well, the Falcons got Bijan Robinson, but then I was like, wait, but the Panthers had Christian McCaffrey. It didn't work out, and it didn't work out because neither of those teams had a quarterback. So Derek Carr, we've never seen him. I was an advocate for Derek Carr. Let's remember that. Like he'll probably be solid with a good defense if the Saints defense shows up. So I think that.
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting people. I'm
No,
awful
you're
sorry. Go ahead. Even if Kamara is not playing, they've got that guy that was in Detroit last year. William, they got that dude that was
Jamal.
in Detroit last year. Yeah. So
Williams.
they're still good. They're good at running back anyway.
Yep. Hey, let me welcome my man Kobe Griffin to the Friday free for all. Kobe, what's up, bro? You hear me?
Happy Friday, fellas. Glad to be here. I am on the interstate. How are y'all doing this evening?
Doing good, man. How are you? What's up, bro?
I am doing well. Just wanted to call as usual and comment on the schedule a little bit. Losing signal?
Yeah, man. What do you think? Yeah, a little bit. You were dropping off, but I think you're good. Now. I'll tell you if it doesn't.
Okay. If it's it again, I'll just back out. I just wanted to pop in for a second anyway. But
give me some of your.
I think it's going to be very.
Thoughts.
Most importantly, Cody, it is absolutely imperative that the Panthers get off to a hot start to start the season with those two division games, because towards the end of the year, I see Dallas, I see Green Bay, I see a lot of teams that are going to be fighting for playoff position, and I want us to be jockeying for the same position that these teams are. Mostly my main thoughts on it.
There's one other point to that's a great point, is that my buddy was bringing up today, is that there's a lot of conference games early in the schedule too. So it goes division, then conference in kind of like those tiebreakers down the road. So so is that not that first half of the season is, it's just, you would hate to be climbing out of a hole and then also be losing all the splits that matter if you run into somebody that's also got a 9-8 record or something.
Yeah, and like I will say this, like I was one of those people that was like, I hope we play those harder in conference games towards the end of the season, but they're starting us off like pretty hard. Like this is gonna be, I still think we can get like 9-10 wins, but I think it's gonna be hard for sure. So it's really gonna test our coaching staff early on to see what they can do. Even as a big Bryce Young fan, he is a rookie, so he's not gonna click right away by any means.
Speaking of Bryce, hold that thought one second, Raleigh. Speaking of Bryce, there was I just saw this. Bryce Young went on Kyle Bailey's show and had this to say about this past 2 weeks.
It's been a whirlwind of emotions, especially when I first got up here, and from hearing my name called to coming down here. It's so much happening at once. But since then it's kind of slowed down. Just because I've been able to come into the facility and get to work. It's been great being around the coaching staff and the rest of the guys here with the mini camps, and now we're back to that one goal of trying to prove ourselves and do everything we can to help the team out. Kind of slowed down, been a lot more centered, and now there's a lot more tangible goals, to accomplish, a lot more day-to-day work to be done with the team. So I'm all focused on that. Yeah,
Tony, I said earlier that Bryce Young has done every single thing you could want him to do as a rookie drafted quarterback. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, since he hasn't signed his contract yet, he didn't have to show up to rookie minicamp, right?
Yeah, he didn't have to.
It was optional, yeah.
And the fact that he did, man, I'm sorry.
Well, better. He's supposed. That's his MO. He's perfect.
Why has he not signed his contract yet?
They
a lot of players, most players
it's
have
so weird. There's some. I don't even know.
If you're
why
ready to play,
that.
then go ahead and sign your shit.
There's these small things that they battle over, because especially those first couple of rounds, the first and the second rounds, they're so defined on what they're going to make the entire time. They battle over these little points, and I can't remember what they are. It's something like, who knows? It could be like the days that the shit's paid. It could be all types of. It's just weird back end shit that really doesn't seem to matter, but they always are slow. And my boy Jamie Robinson, though, he showed up the next day.
Jamie signed his shit right away.
In his pajamas, Pajammy Robinson.
Yeah, speaking
his
of
name's Jammy.
I think it's Jamie.
That's a good one.
Looks like Jamie.
He's got 2 M's in it. It's it spells it.
Jamie Robinson.
This is a brand new video from Bryce, and then I'll go to Raleigh after
Humble
this.
overhyped. Super humble, man. But you gotta turn up a little bit though. Every once in a while.
I came out of nowhere. I ain't gonna lie to you. Music scared the shit out of me.
I muted it. Man, trying to get that copyright strike, dog.
Yeah. Don't do all
Humble overhype. See, he's just so perfect. It's
Can't
like
get a copyright strike for some Panthers music.
Yeah, they strike
stole it.
everything, dude. Remember that day that you played that music and I said, "Oh, we're gonna get in trouble," and you said, "Nah, that's mine." They hit it. They struck that too. They strike they strike everything.
YouTube grabs every type of music that you don't own a copyright for. But I mean, that was my point earlier, is that right now, yes, Bryce has not proven anything. He has not played football for the Panthers yet. But literally everything else that he could be doing, he has done. And
But I don't care about that, Cody. Who gives a crap?
I do.
Like he should be. He should be doing that. I'm not going to clap about it.
No, but
trust me.
Thank you, Tony Dunn.
If you remember Sam Darnold never showed up to his rookie minicamp, not until he got the contract signed. A lot of players have that same mindset.
What turned out with him?
Until they get their contract. So I'm of the mindset that the fact that he's out there building a connection with Jonathan Mingo, earning the trust and the respect of our coaches. Frank Wright today said he does every little thing right. And I love that about him. And it makes me feel like he is preparing to have a very special rookie season for the Carolina Panthers.
I just hope, you know what? I love him. Look, this is why you drafted him. You drafted him because he's a perfect person. You drafted him because of all that crap, right? It would be alarming if he didn't do those things. It would be out of character. But it's almost to the point, and it's not, it's because everybody's going to be like, oh, you just want to be mad about something or whatever. I don't want to be mad about something. I'm just saying is sometimes when these people are so perfect, it makes me nervous. You know who they used to say Deshaun Watson was a perfect person, and then he was blowing loads all over people unwelcomely.
Deshaun Watson's probably not a follower of the Christ.
Tony, I was worried about the same thing. He sounds so perfect.
Fucked up, Tony.
It's true though. Do you remember everybody used to say he's such a good dude, man? He's like good dude, good, awesome, dude, best guy.
But he is. I mean, two things can be true at once, though. He's a good guy that likes to blow loads.
So wild,
man. That's one way of. I guess
the guy is still a good guy, man. You know, we as society will take one bad thing that somebody does and says he's awful. You know
I don't
what I
know
mean?
if you could be a good guy by unwantingly.
Is it 1 to 29?
Like
is it
70 times?
29
bad.
Man, look. I ain't trying to change the subject.
I will say
but
this though, like you feel like you know who a person is, and you don't ever truly know because we don't know him. We don't know him in person. The only thing I'm trying to say, I'm not saying that he has to have won you over yet, but the fact that he could have held out and didn't come to rookie minicamp, and yet he still did. He's still getting on timing and rhythm with the players, with the coaches. I love that about him, and to me, this is another reason why I feel okay being bullish on my record prediction, because
I can't give him credit for that. Like Tony,
everything is falling into place. He is preparing himself to hit the ground running, and I think that's
Cody. I do think this, as you said, he doesn't have to win us over. You're right. He's already won us over. It's about losing us, right? It's like, I mean, when you get your number one draft pick, you would think that you're playing with even money, you know, like he's playing with even money. He's got so it was like, you know what, if he wouldn't have showed up to rookie mini camp, he would have been losing us, right? It's like, these are all the things. This is the reason why he went number one. And again, he's going to be we're all in on him until we're not, right?
I want to ask Tony
he
a
doesn't
question.
have to win me over though.
Yeah, I mean, he don't owe fans anything. He got to win his teammates over. That's first and foremost. But Tony, let me ask you a question, man. Do you think Bryce Young in the media and whatever with the team, do you think he's been coddled too much? Because everything with our media and everything is Bryce Young. They're not talking about all the other players that we picked up in the draft.
I think that comes with number one overall.
I got that, but damn, but we picked up at least 3 other good guys in that draft. You know, DJ Johnson, we got to figure out what he is. But damn, I'm like,
we don't ever hear
nothing
from
on
those
these guys.
When do we ever hear about those guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we were when we came out of. Well, I'm trying to think of who was the last. Like, they weren't it wasn't who was it? Trey Turner kicking off press conferences when he was drafted in 3rd round. I mean, it's all about the star power, and it's all about the quarterback. We said it was all about the quarterback till it's not.
Yo, I for real hope that they let Cam Newton back in the fucking building. Like Steve Smith's out here. This one just gets me like Cam to come back in the building and like talk it up with Bryce.
Cam's too alpha, man.
I don't think Cam will come back because they let Steve back. I don't think Steve likes Cam Newton. I straight up don't. I really don't think Steve Smith likes Cam Newton at all.
It might be vice versa.
Maybe, and maybe they both don't like
be vice versa.
No, or maybe they're all right with each other.
Yeah,
I don't get that, man.
Maybe they need to put Cam and Steve Smith in the UFC arena and see what happens.
Oh, Lord. I'll tell you what, though. Whenever you hear
the Cam Newton Steve Smith podcast one day and see what the real shit is, then.
Oh my God, that would be legal.
Oh, you know they're going. They're going to meet up, bro. That's going to be dope.
Whenever you hear Steve talk about the best quarterbacks that he's played with, dude, he is far more glowing about Jake Delhomme than he is about Cam Newton, and the fact that he basically admitted that he wanted to be traded like the year before we released him. And he wanted to go to another team. He didn't think that the Panthers were going to be good enough with Cam Newton in a fast enough amount of time for it to be relevant for him. So he was wanting to
You
get
ain't
out
going to
of
like
here.
to hear this, Cody.
I can't blame him, though.
He said that in his football life. Have you guys ever watched those? They make those documentaries on retired football players. They're called like My Football Life or whatever. And it's played on the NFL Network. Yeah, he basically said that. Like, he's like, well, I was a veteran and Cam was a rookie coming in, and it just wasn't on my timeline. And I don't really blame him because he was kind of at the tail end of his career. That's why he went to Baltimore to play with a veteran QB. Ultimately, it didn't work out, but
I feel like maybe I should just hold my tongue on this.
Hey, Tony, I'm over here doing the same thing, man.
I think that this is
It's a Friday free for all. Why the hell y'all holding your tongue?
Because one thing I learned from Rashad and Dave is that like, you know, as content creators, sometimes we gotta bite our tongues a little bit. Because he listening.
I think I think sometimes there's only so much oxygen in a room.
Right.
And I don't know. Yeah, and I think I don't know. It's like I always feel like Smitty has, and deservedly so. It's probably what made him who he was. Is the chip on his shoulder, mentality. I feel like he believes he needs to be the most important thing in the room.
Who?
Steve Smith.
Yeah, I get that vibe too.
I think for Steve Smith was the go-to guy. He was always the go-to guy. He was the only go-to guy. He was pretty much the only guy to go to. And when when Cam came in, they brought in Olsen, they brought in Shockey, they brought in all these other guys, and Steve Smith wasn't the lone target anymore.
But they came, but at the same time, it's so strange too, because he was on the shelf for 2 years, and then right when Cam comes out, all of a sudden we're like, holy shit, Steve Smith still got it.
Yes.
So that's strange. It's, you know what, I'm not going to speculate, and so hopefully if Steve Smith does hear this, is that, you know what, it's not my business to speculate on what it is. We're curious to know how that relationship was. Is it, or was it just the timeline? Which that could be very well, like Anthony's saying. I mean, that's a fair thing. It's like, look, you got this new, bigger than life kind of personality that's coming in. And let's is that while Cam, I've never heard a player talk bad about Cam in my entire life. So and the only thing that we've heard bad is basically fans. Steve Smith not saying enough good for our taste, maybe, or something to that effect. But
I do remember right as Steve Smith had got the telegram to say he was cut. I remember one of the beat reporters stating that when they asked Cam all the times they were asking Cam about Steve Smith and the issues with the offense, all Cam would say was, that's Steve Smith. That's Steve Smith. That he wouldn't put Steve down in any way.
Right.
He just said, that's Steve Smith. I mean, that's Steve Smith. And there are a lot of points that's true. That Steve Smith is who Steve Smith was.
Did y'all hear Cam Newton talk about?
Cam Newton don't put nobody down though.
Did y'all talk about the rookie dinner that he had to do when he was a rookie? He had to pay for dinner for everybody on the team. And the way he talked about Steve Smith, bro, it's just when you listen to both of them talk, they don't have to come out and directly say it,
right?
For you to put two and two together.
It's like what they're not saying. Maybe
They were like oil and water, bro. They did
Right.
they did not get along well together, which is why it's not a surprise.
I can
they
see
were there
too.
2 seasons or what?
Can I say something? Hey Tony, can I say something to that though? It's going back to what I just said about Bryce Young, man. I mean, could it be that when Cam Newton came into the team, he got so coddled that Steve Smith was like, "Wait, hold up, I'm Agent 89 over here, and you guys, this guy hasn't proven anything yet." And then this is all about Cam Newton when he gets on the team. And I mean, I'm trying to tell you guys, look,
I don't know if
play the game, these guys really feel like this on the field. Is there some jealousy sometimes? Yes. Is it some guys that's like, man, I've been out here killing myself for years, and like this new guy shows up who hadn't done anything yet, and the cameras is in his face every day. Those guys will always act like it doesn't bother them, but it does with a lot of guys. And they're just like,
I think that's, and if that's the case, and that's what I'm talking about, the air in the room a little bit, like you mentioned. If that's the case, I think that's more on the veteran. Like, I have more questions about why their ego is so fragile.
No, man, veterans don't give a shit about rookies. That's
but what
the
I'm
thing.
saying is this: is when you're Cam Newton and you're I mean, think about how big he is. I mean, literally. Did my power just go? Like, why did my monitors just went all out? Anyway, so look, it's like he's literally big. He was coming off the greatest college season in the history of college football. He's Heisman Trophy, national champion, #1 overall pick, the biggest athlete, greatest athlete. And I wonder if he just I don't know. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they don't dislike each other. Maybe they just indifferent. I heard Steve Smith say this once. I think it was him. It's like, I got kids now, and y'all are 20. So I'm like in a different phase of my life. So I'm coming in there going to work, and y'all are going to play video games afterwards. So maybe it's like that they don't. It's not that they don't like each other. It's just lack of commonality, lack of common ground.
But Tony, Cam got coddled though. Cam didn't go through rookie hazing.
Right word.
I'm telling you, listen.
There was a
you're not listening.
Season.
Cam didn't go through rookie hazing. He said they never made him do that.
They don't even do that anymore.
The fuck they don't. They do still do that shit.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They quit doing that because it's not the in thing to do, and it was considered disrespectful, and they don't do that anymore.
Hey,
if they do, it's very light.
Let me give you guys a piece of the puzzle. Let me give you some free advice. Just because motherfuckers make some shit known that you can't do something in public, they always do the shit. It's just like with fraternities. They tell fraternities and shit what you can't do, even in college. But behind the scenes, man, when them cameras ain't on, it's they like, fuck that.
That's why there's only like 4 fraternities now, though, because they've all gotten canceled.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Nirvash.
They got cameras everywhere now.
Shout out to Nirvash for becoming a new member of the C3 Super Fan Club. We appreciate you, Nirvash. Happy to see you in the chat. I don't know. When it comes to hazing, I don't know that they didn't haze Cam. But even if they didn't, man, like, to me, none of that stuff is necessary to be like.
It's like a rite of passage, bro.
I just want to know is this: wouldn't it be weird if it would be weird if it wasn't all about Bryce Young right now, right? Like, wouldn't that be the weird shit? Is like,
man,
you
it's not
expected it
weird.
to all be about Cam. You expected, man. We sucked for the last 5 years, man. He's the dude. Like, he's the guy. He's the number one pick. He is the savior. He's the chosen one. I mean, the other thing it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be on the magazines. He's supposed to be on the fucking commercials.
The other thing is like, you don't really know that those later round picks are gonna pan out. Like, I think I didn't see Terrence Marshall have a media session since
Ever.
Ever.
You don't fucking know if Bryce Young gonna pan out.
Yeah, you don't know, but there's a higher chance, and the media probably just cares about them since, he's the first overall pick. He has the most pressure on him.
All right. I don't want to get too bogged down in the Cam conversation.
Yeah. No, but Tony knows. Tony, you know this.
Cam looms.
You also got to remember when we drafted Terrence Marshall, there was a different head coach in charge than.
Oh yeah, let's not bring that dude.
And you know who had to have the attention back then. So it wasn't the players.
Tony, this is why I'll be careful, and Cody, this is why I'll be careful as a player, because I know the same fucking media that builds me up is gonna tear my ass down if I don't do something right.
That's the nature of the beast.
That's why I don't want all eyes on me. It's just like, put it on the team, bro.
But Twan, that's one of the reasons. But that's one of the reasons why I'm saying it's time for us to choose to be optimistic about Bryce. And I said
all
this
I'm saying it should be about the team. He's saying Bryce Young too much.
No, I 100% agree with you. It does need to be about the team, but I'm saying every other fan base thinks that the Panthers ain't shit, bro. And the amount of slander that Cam Newton received, Bryce Young is
mostly by Panthers fans.
Bryce Young is about to receive the same slander, but from a different perspective, right? Instead of it being, he's too flashy, he likes his costumes more than football. It's about to be, he's too soft-spoken. He doesn't have that dog in him. He's
humble
too
over help.
Yeah,
he's humble over what?
Yeah, it's like, dude, everyone is going to try and hold this against him. And it's just a bad look if Panther fans aren't going to be willing to truly throw their support behind our number one overall pick, man.
This is the thing, is it doesn't matter what you do. This is a prime example of it doesn't matter, and everybody's going to be happy regardless, right? Cam was too confident. Bryce is too humble. Bryce isn't making the conversation about him, though, Twan. That's what you're saying. The team isn't making about him. The media, we are. Right, and that's just the nature. That's why it's a bazillion-dollar business.
Well, that's what I said. I said we should be making it about the team and not about one guy. The last thing I'm going to say, I promise, I won't say nothing else about it. If I'm Bryce Young coming into the Carolina Panthers, and y'all know I'm telling the truth when I say this, I'm coming into this team with a side eye, and I'm being very careful because a lot of Panthers fans, I'm like, I saw how y'all treated Cam Newton, bro. Are y'all going to do that shit to me? If some shit go left, or y'all gonna, or if y'all gonna get behind me,
happen though. I mean,
or are y'all gonna get behind me and keep rooting me on if I make a mistake, so I can just keep going though? No, man, bro, look, Carolina Panthers fans were ridiculously fucking rude when it came to Cam Newton, bro. It was bad. It was bad. We should have been embarrassed.
At the same time, though,
it wasn't only Cam Newton fans. Let's just be honest.
I mean, yeah,
it wasn't only Cam Newton fans.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, we'll go to Anthony, then Pickle. Go ahead, Anthony.
When Cam was doing good, do you know how many fake ass Panther fans showed up at my school? When I was in seventh grade in 2015, riding his dick. Oh yeah, okay. If Bryce Young's winning games, no one's gonna give a fuck how small he is. No one's gonna care how humble he is. That's just the reality of this business. Teams are gonna give you shit for being bad regardless. So I don't think he owes the fans anything. I think everything is gonna come to what he does on the field. And the last thing I do want to say, imagine if we didn't have Bryce Young right now. The media would be talking about Andy Dalton, or
they'd be talking about CJ Stroud because that's who would be on the team.
No, but I get his point though. The fact that if we didn't have a number one picking
It
the
always
draft
comes back to the quarterback. It always comes back to the quarterback.
Yeah, nobody would say that we had a damn shot in
And
hell
that's
with
the
Andy
reason these
Dalton.
guys get paid $1 bazillion, like I was saying.
Cody would
And
be
that's
talking
where
about
Anthony's right.
Matt
Is
Corral.
that
I would.
It's like with the as heavy as the head that wears the crown. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Is that, of course. I mean, it's not. We're just looking at it from a Panther fan's lens, but you think there's a fan base out there that's nicer than us? You think there was a fan base that would have been nicer or more appreciative to Cam Newton?
Yes, absolutely.
Who?
No, they
Who?
wouldn't.
What?
Absolutely.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
No, they'd be the same group of. They'd be the same.
Yeah, he's
Not true,
polarizing no
Tony.
matter. No, I agree with Tony. No matter where he went, Cam Newton was
It's
always
not true,
going to be a
man.
polarizing
And that's the
player.
same with every quarterback. That's the same with every single quarterback.
Yes.
You may look at. You think that New York is nice to Sam Darnold? They
I'll
love
put it to
him
you.
as a
Oh my
person.
God, no,
No, I'll
dude.
put
You
it
know
to
how
you
many
like
of my
this.
friends? You know how many Jet people I know that are like, "Oh, dude, I mean, he says all the right shit. He's a good dude. He just practices well. He just sucks." You know, what I mean, like they aren't like it's like there's no fan base out there that
What did
extends
Tony
at least more
Romo? What
than
did Tony
other.
Romo do for the Cowboys? What
See
did
how
he do
many
for the
people
Cowboys?
talk shit about him?
Yeah,
But Tony
every
Romo is a
I
fucking
did.
legend in his city. They talk shit about him in Dallas.
he's
Yes,
not
they
a legend.
do.
He's done jack shit.
Whatever.
He was over
He ain't done jack shit.
You're
The
trying
only
to tell
reason
me
why
the
they like
Cowboys.
Tony Romo
Look, all
was
right,
Bill
Twan,
Parcells hyped him up.
A lot of
Twan is saying
franchises
this,
do
is that
not.
Dallas would have been
They
more.
don't talk shit about players.
Oh
They
my
would have said,
God,
"Oh, you
Cam
didn't win
Newton,
3 championships,
It would have
Cam.
been even
Fuck
worse.
this dude."
Cam Newton in Dallas, he would have been out of there in a fucking year, man. Are you give me a break?
Yeah, I don't think Jerry Jones would have ever drafted.
I think he would have been there. I just think there would have
Twan.
been a bunch of redneck ass fucking
I'm
Dallas fans that would have talked shit about Cam.
They would have
Just like there are a
respected him
bunch of
less.
redneck ass fans that talk shit about him here.
Go ahead, Pickle. Go ahead, Pickle.
There was I know this by experience. I was the moderator of a site called Panther Insider back in that day. We drafted Cam, okay? And the majority of the folks, not the majority, it was massively split because that website had probably close to 150 people in it. And there was that group, and there was massively split between folks who didn't want Cam because black quarterbacks don't win in the NFL. And it was that.
Mhm.
It wasn't. They didn't look at it as race. It was just history. Black quarterbacks don't win in the NFL.
Right.
That's
And
right.
it got so much.
Well, they
it
said
got
running.
so much
Then
anti back and forth
Right.
that I ended up making a post and pinning it up there and saying there will be no discussion on collar. Period.
Yeah.
And anybody who forced the issue would be thrown
we
out.
called them
Now-
they had a name for him, Pickle, on
Yes.
Twitter. You know
Yeah,
what they called those people? They
Ford
called them the
F-150.
Ford F-150 crowd.
Yeah, and it got so much, and I mean the site's disbanded now. But now when Cam was drafted, it was like a month later, or by the time training camp got there, everybody loved him. Everybody loved him. Baddest guy.
Yeah, again, it's like everybody that inner
This
optimist.
is in training camp.
Everybody wants to be able to pull for their team.
Yep.
And I love the saying, "Hope springs eternal." Like around the draft time, around rookie training camp, and then once actual training camp comes, everybody's they're excited about pulling for the team. So everybody's they're gonna get rid of all of their baggage and they're gonna look at the bright side for like half a minute until they lose their first game. So look, I want to go through this. I'm probably only going to go to about 9:30 tonight. So I wanted to do some rapid fire here. Let's run through the schedule and let's do some way too early predictions. And let's just run through them and see. I'll go through each of us and I'll pick what we'll pick win or loss for each one of these games. Tony Dunn, you're up first. September 10th on the road. First game of the season. Atlanta Falcons.
Frank Reich's team usually starts slow, which he says, but I like us coming out and getting a week. I like us starting hot. I'm going to say win in week 1 and 2.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I'm going to say ditto on that.
Like,
and by the way, like I said, if y'all didn't hear me earlier, I'm going to that Monday Night Football game. So that'll be the memory, man. I'm so pumped for that. Hopefully Bryce.
I'm happy for you, Cody.
Yeah, bro. I mean, Bryce is
Yeah.
going to be starting. We all know. And the fact that I'm going to go and see his first game ever in Bank of America Stadium, bro, that's pretty fucking cool. And against the division rival, come on, bro. I'm pumped. So, yeah, I have a 2-0.
Okay.
Panther Pickle. Atlanta and New Orleans. And you can dive into either of those two that you want to in depth.
I think we're going to win the Falcons. I believe the Falcons are going to rely too much on their rookie running back, and we're going to stop the run. And the Falcons ain't. I don't think the Falcons can throw it as good as they think they want to throw. Anyway,
Still
I think
hating
we'll
on
win
Cam
that
in the
one.
comments.
I really do. The Saints. The Saints are going to be a little bit difficult, but I still think we're going to win on Monday night. I think we're going to win in that one. So.
And in prime time, bro, I'm telling you, if we win those first two games, that's such a morale boost. Hey, Anthony, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, man, we're doing predictions. We're gonna go through this pretty rapid fire. Give me week 1 and 2. What's your prediction for Atlanta, 1 p.m. and Monday Night Football against the Saints at home?
2-0.
2-0, baby. Let's go.
Fun fact: every time the Panthers have started on the road somewhere in like the past 7 years or something like that, we've had a winning season.
Yeah,
in the last 5 years, in the last 5 years in a row, we've started at home. So maybe you never know. So
no, that's a great point.
That's because all before those 5 years, Anthony, we never started at home ever.
Yeah, that's true. We almost
never
never got the ability to start at home.
The entire time Ron Rivera was head coach, we never, ever started at home.
Oh, but he did, but not until the very end of his time.
Well,
here.
yeah, okay. By the time,
yeah, it was like
by
the
time
very,
he was
very
just
end. Yeah.
No, as a PSL, no, I remember there was 2 years. Like in 2013, we played the Seahawks at home the first week. There was a couple years in there where we did, but I get your point. Yeah, that's probably.
It was very rarely that we ever started on.
Right. Let me go to my man Wes Justin. Give me your week 1 and 2 predictions, man.
2-0, baby. 2-0.
2-0, baby.
I feel like,
all right.
like you said, it might be like a slow start, but just in the first half of the first game.
All right. Yeah, I mean, dude, I am not tripping off these division rivals.
I'm not gonna sleep on Bryce, man. That dude's fucking talented.
Yeah, I am
A lot
too,
of people
man.
who are not Panthers fans off.
Super talented. All right, next up, Seattle and then Minnesota. Tony Dunn.
Bro, I didn't get my
3
pick.
and 4. Oh yeah, my bad, Twan. Shit, I'm fucking up, bro. My bad.
I know
Falcons and Saints, man.
Man, I gotta throw
Give
some
me 1
salt
and 2,
in it,
bro.
you know.
Yeah, I know you will.
Hey, Pickle knows coming. Hey, listen, if Bryce Young starts 1-1, if the Red Rooster, whatever his name, if he starts 2-0,
The Red Rooster.
Red Rooster, same thing, bro.
I like it. No, I'm going with Red Rooster from now on. I like it.
Mommy went to bed. You want to go to bed? Go to bed.
Yep. All right. So, what did you say for 1 and 2?
Sorry.
You said Twan, you got 2 W's, or what are you feeling?
2 wins if Redhead starts, 1-1 if Young starts.
Wow. So you think Young would drop us a game that Dalton wouldn't?
He get used to the speed of the game, bro. I'm not gonna throw him out there like everybody else is doing. I'm just being optimistic. So
do you believe that he starts? When do you think he becomes the starter?
I told you last night when we talked, I don't start him at the beginning of the year.
Right, but I'm saying you wouldn't. But let's say he does well.
I say around week 4. I mean, I wouldn't want to throw him out there against the Vikings, but yeah, I mean around week 4 or 5. Then they make him the permanent starter. But like I said, if we're no, then what are we gonna do then?
All right.
Well, then you might as well just keep him out to the bye.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's gonna be before the Falcons. I think he'll be named the starter of the team.
I do.
Andy Dalton threw for almost 4,000 passing yards last year. I mean, he's got to be an option.
Go ahead, Anthony.
No, I just think that sadly, I think he's gonna start. And Twan, no, Andy Dalton had 2,800 yards, but I think
No, he was over 3,000, bro. He was over 3,000.
I'm looking at the stats right now, bro. 2,800. So I think Bryce will start because most first picks start. Like that's just how Cam Newton got thrown into the fire, and he had less college starting playing time than Bryce Young. So we'll see what happens.
And by the way, even if Dalton does start, you're gonna see Bryce Young play. Like even if they put some packages for him, dude, I'm telling you.
I don't think that. I think there's less than. I think there's a 70% chance or more that Bryce starts.
Yeah, I'm saying probably even higher than that.
Yeah. I agree.
100%.
I want him to. I don't give a shit about that. I hate Andy Dalton, by the way. And I hate Andy Dalton because that goes back to the whole Cam thing. It's because half of the league, there used to be a bunch of people that used to say, "Oh, Andy Dalton, a better quarterback than Cam Newton."
So you gonna blame Andy Dalton for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I hold a grudge.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I'm petty.
That's how it works. That's how it works when you're old.
I hate that motherfucker.
Andy Dalton, like I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I know. You know what? He's catching strays. He's catching strays.
Too bad.
All right,
You
so
gotta
to
take
me,
one for the team.
Cody, I think we split. And I don't know if we like. What I think is this: I could see this, or this is what I want to happen. I want us to start out 3-1. I don't know how we get it. I would like us. I think that it probably, to be honest, wait, didn't Minnesota have a rookie head coach last year, and they were good, pretty good?
Yeah.
Shit. Ugh. Maybe we have to beat Seattle. Man, we may have. That's gonna be tough.
I need to do something real quick. Hey, shout out to Anthony. Anthony was right. He only had 2,871 yards. So I apologize for that, bro.
No,
you're absolutely right.
I'm just saying, like, I don't.
But he had a 95.2 quarterback rating.
Yeah, Like, if they think the Bryce isn't ready, I don't buy it, man. Like Twan, I get where you're coming from. He's a good spot starter, I guess you can say. Like. He's good if he plays the first 4 weeks
in a pinch.
But I'm just telling you, man, like, dude, Tepper's a business fucker, and he's gonna want to sell tickets. Andy Dalton isn't gonna be selling these tickets, man. I'm saying how it is.
The tickets are already gonna be
I don't
sold.
give a fuck who plays. The tickets are already sold.
Yeah, but here is the thing. I did want to point this out. The over/under for Panther wins this year is 7.5.
Disrespectful.
Oh.
No, I mean that's how. Don't they disrespectful?
Nah.
If it is, go take the bet, Cody.
Oh,
I made money on it.
Yeah. I mean, I probably.
But you know
will.
what I'm saying is that if I would say that right now, and so the same for we have the same win total as the Commanders. Now I think that might be disrespectful.
I mean, we got to go out there and just prove them wrong, man. I mean, we ain't really did nothing. We ain't did shit in almost 7 years to say that we're not. So we just got to prove them wrong.
Tony,
we need to be putting the money on it, then.
Yeah,
Tony,
I 100% agree with Twan on this. Hold on, sorry.
No,
we haven't proven anything, so we can't expect that on paper our expectations are this high. 7.5 wins, that's completely fine. We were 6.5 win favorites last year. So until we prove something, then next year you'll probably see, Panthers, let's put them at 9.5 wins this year. Like you just got to start. It's all about what happens on the football field. None of this talk, none of this. I know this from the NBA. I'm not going to make a comparison, but like when you see all these stars go to teams and then it doesn't work out, but their expectations were so high on paper, like you never know.
Yeah.
So Frank Rice just needs to put that on a billboard and then start the season off with that. You just tell the team this is what they say y'all gonna be this year, and let that shit just build them.
So look, Tony, you said loss. Who did you have our win loss against with Seattle?
I don't know. I say we split one of them. So I don't know which one.
Which one do you think we're more likely to lose?
My first inclination was you said Black is home.
Yeah.
You know, I think
playing
going
Seattle
to
at
Seattle,
4:30.
going to Seattle will be tough. I say we lose Seattle on the road.
Beat them last year.
Yeah,
Beat the
yeah.
Vikings
I
at
mean,
home.
but we're a different team. I'm just saying. You asked me to pick one. I don't know which one is a loss. I just don't know if we start out 4-0. You know?
Yeah. Hey man, let me welcome my man Al to the stream. Al, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Cody? How's it going, bro? How's it going,
What's
fellas?
going on, dude? Hey
What's up,
man, how you
Al?
Doing
doing?
good, brother. How
Hey,
are you?
do me a
Tired of you
favor.
popping in here with all that sunlight.
Yo, Al, do me a favor. Predict the first 4 games of the season, man. Atlanta, New Orleans, Seattle, and Minnesota. Where you have us? Where you have us going for the first 4 games?
Down in the 40s.
I think we're gonna go 3-1. Probably lose to Minnesota. See, we got. I like our schedule. I like our schedule. Well, we playing a lot of. Well, no, we might go 2-2 now that I look at it because I was gonna say we play like a lot of inexperienced quarterbacks, but the only one we got there is Ritter. And I don't know. I don't trust Geno like that. I like Derek Carr a lot more than a lot of other people, and I like Kirk Cousins a lot more than other people do too. Also, so maybe let's say 2-2.
I agree with Al.
Good, Anthony. Give me your Seattle and
so
let me mute you here.
Okay,
I got
so
someone in the back. Go ahead.
okay, so if here's my thing on Seattle. If they watch the film from last year, and I know they got another cornerback, I know they got Jackson Smith-Njigba, but they're still weak up the middle. And this is kind of why I thought they were going to take Jalen Carter. They still don't have a big run stuffer. And it's kind of why we were able to run all over them last year. If we stick to that formula, we should be able to beat them. But worst case scenario, we'll probably go 2-2. For some reason, we haven't matched up good versus Minnesota the 3 times we played them in the Matt Rule era. But hey, it's a whole different team, so we could beat them. But I'm thinking 2-2 at the worst.
Yeah. Which team do you see us losing to?
So yeah, I think the first 2 weeks are wins, and I think the next 2 weeks are gonna be losses.
Okay. All right, Panther Pickle, you're up next. Seattle and Minnesota.
I think we win in Seattle.
All right.
But as much as I want to win at home with the Vikings, I don't see 4 wins in a row, and I'm not certain. I'll just say the Vikings is a loss. No, hell with it. Hell with it. I'm going to say we're going to win both of them. Fuck it. I'm always overhyped anyhow. Might as well stay with it.
Pickle changed his mind. We're going 4-0. I like that better, Pickle.
4-0. That's damn
4-0. Hey, I'm gonna be. I'll tell y'all when I get to my first loss of the season. But right now I have us at 4-0, and I do think those last 2 are going to be competitive. They might even be in overtime, but I do feel like those are winnable games for the Panthers, and if we're healthy, I have no reason to not pick them. Twan,
I forgot Bobby Wagner signed back with the Seahawks.
Yeah, and we just learned today Minnesota no longer has Zadarius Smith.
We got to talk about that for a sec.
What about Zadarius Smith?
No, about the pass rusher market. What are we gonna do? These pass rushers are going for nothing.
Nothing right now. Nothing right now. I don't think
I would like to see
anything.
us sign someone.
Maybe when camp opens up and they actually see guys together. But you got to remember that other pass rusher is going to. We're not going to run in base a lot anyway. We're going to more of a dime and a nickel set. So I believe it's still possible, but you got to remember Scott Fitterer also said there was final cuts too. He did say that. We may not add nobody in that range until final cuts after somebody else gets cut. But as far as signing a big free agent out there now, I don't think that's coming. I don't think Leonard Floyd's going to sign with Panthers.
Well, and Canseco 2 times says Leonard Floyd wants He wants a pretty big contract. So no one. We also still haven't signed Brian Burns yet.
Listen,
I don't know if we're gonna make another big time edge signing.
I think here I'll let you continue on after this. I think people are missing my sentiment a little. Like, I don't want to pay someone a huge amount of money. Just even bringing Jadeveon Clowney in on a 1-year deal or would make me feel so much better.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I do. If it would be all right with me, but I just don't think Scott Fitterer sees it that way, and I don't think the coaches are forcing the issue.
You probably trust the guys on the roster. So
Yep. Let me go to my man Twan Don, Seattle and Minnesota.
I got us beating Seattle because it seems like we have that number and we beat them. I felt like we beat them last year with less, and we didn't have the coaching staff that we got now. And I just think we got their number. As far as the Vikings we take our first loss.
Yes,
it's as simple as that.
We don't beat the Vikings. I don't know why.
All right. West Justin.
Yes.
Seattle and Minnesota. What say you, bro?
Man, we'll have to agree. 1-1. Beat Seattle, lose to Minnesota.
All right, so most people have us in that 3-1 ballpark. 3-1. Al said the same thing. All right, next up we have Detroit and the Dolphins. Now, I'm going to be real. Everybody, the media is trying to hype up the Lions, and it low-key kind of pisses me off. I feel like they are that team every year that the media and everyone tries to hype up, but it's like they're never worth it, man. And I don't believe it now.
They coming though.
Says who? What do they do? What do they?
I think they coming.
What do they got? Last year they run the dog shit out of you.
Bro.
That's why they're good. Okay, but he doesn't play.
I know, but he got them believing.
Yeah, but
they
for
got
2
to
years
have
in a
talent
row.
to believe.
So we gonna give Pickle. So we gonna give our coaching staff credit, but we not gonna give their coaching staff credit.
Yeah, our coaching staff has
talent. They don't.
Our coaching staff has more Super Bowl rings than they do.
Yeah.
But we don't know what that's gonna be together. We still gotta prove it.
We gotta hear.
You're too high on Jared Goff, and I'm not. I've never been high on Jared Goff.
I agree. I'm not a fan of Jared Goff, and I'm not a fan of their draft. I don't like what the Lions did in the draft either, man. I felt like they overvalued that running back almost a little bit too much.
I mean, they did what they felt like they had to do.
They sucked.
Real quick. Let me welcome my man Pop from the Black Cat Panther Podcast. What's up, Pop?
What's up? What's happening?
Popping music.
How you been?
What up, everybody?
Hey man, let me get you caught up real quick. The first 4 games of the season, bro. Where you have us? Where you have us going?
So the first 4 games, I believe, we would be 2-1. I mean, 3-1. Yeah.
3-1. Who we dropping the game to?
I believe the Vikings. We never beat the Vikings.
Yeah, most people seem to be in agreement. Everybody, I believe just about everybody on here has picked us to lose against Minnesota. Right now, I think I'm the only person who's at 4-0. I'm at 4-0. And hey, spoiler alert, I think we're going to beat Detroit. And I do think that I'll say Miami will take our first L of the season on the road before the bye against Miami. So I have us going 5-1 to start the season before the bye. That's pretty damn good if I do say so myself.
I agree.
Can I say one
I think
thing?
we're too fast. I think we're too fast for us.
I'm gonna post a link in the chat. It's to our lads depth chart. It's the Lions. I want you people to look at that and tell me why I should be scared of the Lions.
I'm not scared, but they win.
I mean, other than their coach, other than their head coach. Now you got to remember their head coach. Their offensive coordinator. if I remember correctly, everybody kept telling me that Deuce Staley really helped their offensive coordinator last year.
Yeah.
Now he's on our team.
Okay.
Their defense sucked.
So now he's on our team.
That was the only thing about them that kind of sucked last year was their defense. On offense, they were the best team in the fucking NFL.
Okay,
Who was your
wide receivers, my friend?
No, look, these are the names right now that they have on their defensive line. Aleem McNeil, Isaiah Buggs, John Kaminsky, and Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is the only name that I'm even remotely aware of on that list. And they just got rid of Jeff Okuda. I mean, I know he wasn't doing much for him, but
they got Chauncey the safety from
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
from the same
yeah, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They got Cameron Sutton. I mean, yeah, but
they're using Chauncey Garden, the safety there. They're using him as a nickel back.
Yeah, I agree with Pickle.
Do you guys hear somebody's computer blinging, or is that my computer?
I hear it.
Okay.
I just heard
I
it
hope
again.
it's not mine.
No, I think that might be Twan's. I'm not sure.
It ain't mine. I'm on the phone.
It might be.
The wide receivers are Josh Reynolds, Marvin Jones, and Armand St. Brown.
Yeah, St. Brown.
That's it. That's it. That's all they got.
We're gonna beat their ass. I'm sorry.
That's all they got.
All right, so Pickle, Lions and Dolphins. What's your prediction?
I think we're going to beat both because like I just said, I don't think the Lions is as good as the media wants them to be, and Tua is going to be on IR before then any damn way.
So you have us 6-0 before the bye?
Well, yeah, but I told y'all at the start of all this bullshit, I always overhype them this early. Whenever we did this last year.
Hey, look, we all know that it's way too early. Yeah. We're gonna be able to change our predictions later, but this is just like a too early gut feeling prediction about how the Panthers.
That Josh White, the Jets backup quarterback, he is Tua's backup this year. So
he will be playing. He will.
There
be
you
playing.
go. There you
yeah.
go. Tua will be
that's a great point.
Going to be on IR before week 4 anyway.
That's another caveat. The only way that I have the Dolphins winning is if they have Tua under center. And it's not just because Tua, it's just Tua gives them the best chance to be victorious. So, yeah, man. Al, what say you, man? Lions in Miami.
Yeah, we're going to split those games. We're going to beat the Lions. The Lions are way overhyped. I don't know why they're pumping the Lions up like this. The Lions are a trash-ass team, bro. Like, okay, they won a couple games last year. They had an okay offense, but nah. And then I think their best receiver, or not their best receiver, but the kid, isn't he out? He's out for like 6 games for like betting on the NFL too or some shit. He's like suspended.
Yeah, exactly. He won't
play. And then they got
games.
Why do y'all? Hey, why do y'all keep saying they were all right? Why do y'all keep saying they were all right in offense last year? They were number 1 in offense last year.
They were fucking amazing on offense.
But they're throwing the ball. But they're throwing the ball. Man. But they're throwing the ball to come back. They're throwing the ball to come back in games. They got to throw the ball that much to be in games.
They just had a bad defense. If they had a defense, they'd have been straight.
Right, their defense is not bad.
And it inflates their offense.
Hold on. What he's saying is, okay, when you have a bad defense that gives up a shit ton of points, you have to have a good offense to get back in the game.
Exactly.
For example, when our I'm not even going to go there, but yeah, like it's not that hard to understand. Their offense is the only reason that they would lose games by like 6 points because the defense was true.
They didn't help them out.
All right, so now.
But hold on, I also.
So now is their offense inflated?
But their defense hasn't made enough. Their defense hasn't made enough strides to actually get better, in my opinion, from what they were last year.
Right.
So that's why I'm not really. I'm not really tripping off of them though.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he did last year. I do understand what they did last year. With all respect, Twan, I understand that. But I'm saying this year. Right. They didn't get better on defense, and they got worse on offense. So how are they going to be better?
Right.
And by the way,
that's why you play the game, Pickle.
Hey, but you know what? One more thing. A lot of people said last year that they're not worried about Seattle because of what we did to Seattle last year. Well, did we not run the ball all over Detroit last year? So I have no reason to think that they're going to be any better against us. So again, I'm going 5-1. Pop, what did you say for Dolphins in Miami?
No, well, let me finish. Let me finish my Dolphins take right here. So yeah, we're gonna lose to the Dolphins, and Tua's gonna be in there, and Tua's way better than Bryce Young. So I knew Pickle was gonna laugh it down. Nah. When he's in the game though, he's accurate. He's accurate, man. He's good. He's gonna stay healthy this year. He's been doing judo.
You've been in the sun too long, brother.
I'll be at that Dolphins game this year. I'll be checking that out.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
All right, but hey, man,
I'll go check that out. So I think I'm at like 3-3 right now. I'm at 3-3 right now.
If Bryce makes Tua look silly, you have to come on here and say Bryce is better than Tua, bro.
Yeah.
I'll say it up. I do. I'll be the first. I'll be up on here for sure saying that shit.
Hell yeah, man. Let me go to my man Pop for.
I'll call you from the game.
Yeah, Lions and Dolphins, man. What are you predicting?
I think we'll beat the Detroit because, for one, they got a rookie ass linebacker, so he's not gonna make a big enough impact to stop us on offense. And I think our defense has been together long enough to stop them on offense. Even though we're running a new scheme, I mean they still will be coming in with different sub packages. Dolphins, I think we will lose because that's a really fast team, and I don't trust. I don't
trust our secondary.
Yeah, I don't trust our secondary. You know what I mean?
Shit.
I don't even know if we'll even have Dante Jackson at that time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that means we'll have to have somebody fill in his spot, which means that'll probably be a rookie or C.J. Henderson or one of those other trash ass guys. They're really fast. They've gotten better on defense. So yeah, I think we'll have problems with them playing them at home.
Can I say something real quick on the side? So Pop brings up a good point because it's like, well, we don't know if this player is available. We don't know if this player. I think a lot of these players are on the hot seat, like Dante Jackson, like players like that who've been here a while and haven't consistently been on the field or just haven't performed. Like both him and Henderson are. If they don't perform this year, then they're definitely going to look to be replacing them next offseason. But that's all I got to say.
Well, that's not the team to get on track, dude.
AC Horn better get his shit together too.
Tony,
that's true. I mean,
what say you, Dolphins or Lions and Dolphins?
Probably gonna say. I mean, definitely. I think it's the Fins are a loss. I think the Lions are beatable, but what I guess you guys spoke enough on this. You said, what have they done? They finished out the season strong. They had a good offense. They just gotta get their defense right, and they'll be a formidable team, right? I mean, that's what it is. That's why they're kind of a darling right now. Is that you're seeing signs of life. Look, they're starting the season out. They're the first game of the season against Kansas City Chiefs. I say we split there. Actually, I'm at 4-1 right now. I say we fall to 4-3 heading into the bye. So I'm gonna say 2 losses.
All right. So you think both of those are gonna end up being losses?
2 road games, kind of a difficult stretch. Yeah, I think that's a difficult travel too from week to week. Yeah, 2 losses in a row. And then I think we're gonna get back on track against the AFC South. Oh, and how about I just pick up there? I think we win both against the Colts and the Texans. Frank Wright revenge game. Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. And then for me, the number 1 game on this schedule.
The Bears.
CK convinced me this Bears game, dude, is so important. Home road game. I'm saying this, man. Do we go into Soldier Field and slay it? I'm saying yes. The Panthers go from 4-3 to 7-3 after the bye.
All right.
I gotta jump
like
out.
That. I
Cody.
like that.
I gotta jump out of here, but I do want to say one quick thing. Yes, Tony, that was the best thing you brought up. The Bears, we're going to kick their ass. David Tepper has a burner account on Twitter. He sees all these Bears fans saying we're going 4-13. I marked that on my calendar. November 9th. I'm so ready for that game.
You know, hey, but Anthony, before you go, it ain't even just about that for me, man. I hope when we play Chicago, I'm actually going to that game, you know.
Oh, really?
I hope when we play Chicago that you know, this DJ Moore shit can end, because I'm hoping that Horn is on top of his game and lock his ass up the whole game. Because you know he got that game scheduled. He got it circled. You know he got that game circled.
Absolutely. I totally agree. But the only way that works out is if Justin Fields fixes his throwing mechanics. So we'll see what happens. Well, I gotta hop out of here. C3, you already know the vibes.
Later, man.
Anthony, you're the man, brother.
All right.
Yeah, we're just gonna run through the rest of these and then we're gonna get on out of here. See, Tony got me all off track, man.
We're at no, we went to
no, but I gotta get West Justin on Lions and Dolphins. And then I'm gonna start asking 4 in a row.
Then ask him to keep going right after that.
Well, hold on, I got it. Let me get my Lions and Dolphins in too.
I will. But I'm gonna have you do 4 in a row. So Justin, do these next 4: Lions, Dolphins, Texans, and Colts.
All right. We lose to we lose to the Dolphins, but we win the rest of them. And I think the Dolphins one's not even going to be that like big of a difference in points. I think we're going to kind of come close.
All right. So
I think we're going to compete with the Dolphins. But
all right.
The Dolphins are stupidly built.
I know they are.
All their talents at wide receiver. Their offensive line sucks. Their quarterback's injury prone. They ain't got nothing nowhere else.
I think we're going to make it a fucking fun game to watch, though.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
I don't think they're gonna just like fucking
if I was playing the Dolphins,
you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna happen.
I would pour bleach in the wide receivers' coffee or bleach water.
Damn,
make them all sick. Make them all sick, and then that way, I mean, the Lions ain't got nothing else.
But
Well,
say some
maybe bleach water's a little bit much. Maybe see, I ain't got no experience doing this poison shit, y'all.
And no, just say some Dumb and Dumber shit, some X-Lax in the coffee.
Hey,
and,
listen, it would be all right on Star Trek. So there you go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, Twan, let me get do the Lions, Dolphins, Texans, and Colts.
Us losing to the Lions, man.
Of course you do.
I'm with Tony. I mean, I'm just telling you, bro. I think they're gonna be a little better on defense. I mean, when we beat them this past year, man. I mean, we had to break a fucking Panthers record to do that. Yeah. Most rushing yards that we ever had from scrimmage in a game. So
win's a win.
Yeah. The Dolphins, I think we're gonna beat them, man. For the same reasons that Pickle just said. You know, I agree with all of that. The Texans, we'll beat the Texans, but it'll be a fun game. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's gonna say Young versus Stroud. And the Colts, you know, that's the game where that's the Frank Reich game against his old team. I'm gonna be looking at Frank Reich and like, look, man, what you gonna do, bro?
Yeah,
that game is important to me. But at the end of the day, with the staff that he has, I think they're gonna put together a plan to take the Colts out.
All right. I like that. Pickle, let me get your 4 and give me the Texans, Colts, Bears, and Cowboys.
Okay, we're going to beat the Texans. We're going to beat the Colts because Anthony Richardson's overrated. Justin Fields ain't figured out how to throw, but he can run, but that don't matter. They got DJ Moore, but he's all by himself, and he's still going to be pissed because he ain't in Carolina, but they'll take care of him. Oh, God almighty. I was going to pick this as a loss, but I can't pick the Cowboys to win. That asshole at work is going to cream my nuts if they beat the Cowboys.
So what? Do you have us,
my God.
Do you have us undefeated right now, Pickle?
Yes, I'll say that before I say a Cowboy win.
Yeah. What they call it, the way to. And super pause on that premium nut shit.
Now, let me tell you what. I did this last year. I did this 4 times last year. I said I think at the end I had us losing 1 game last year. So I stuck it. Yeah, that's what he said.
All right. Hey, let me go to my man Al. Between the Texans, Colts, Bears, and Cowboys, where do you have us going?
All right. So I got us beating Texans, Colts, Bears, Cowboys. So now I'm looking at 7-3 too, I think. And let me go keep it going with now Tennessee and the next 3 games.
All right.
So we'll probably lose to Tennessee. We'll beat Buccaneers, and then we're gonna beat the Saints the second game. So that is, that's 9-4. I got us 9-4 right now. Week 14.
I tell you what, just pick the rest of them. I'm gonna go around to each of you, and I'm just gonna have you pick the rest of them.
Okay, so we'll beat the Falcons again. We'll beat the Packers. We'll lose to the Jags, and then we'll beat the Bucs again. I don't know if that's like 11 wins, but I mean, I don't think we're gonna win 11, but we're gonna go to the playoffs for sure this year. So I look at the quarterbacks we're playing. We're not playing real experienced quarterbacks. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, you got Tannehill in there. That's about it. You got Derek Carr and everybody else, and then you got Dak. I mean, and then Trevor Lawrence is like the only like real elite quarterback on the schedule. So I think that's really like, we should be good, bro. I like our schedule.
Yeah, same, man. Me too. Tony, what was the last game that you picked?
Chicago. I had a 7-4 at Chicago. Is my mic better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Lost.
Yeah, just pick the rest of them.
Lost to the Cowboys. Win over the Titans. Lost to the Bucks. Lost to the Saints. Win to the Falcons. Win against Green Bay. Loss against the Jags, and finish up with a win. So that would be 7-5, 8-5, 8-6, 9-6, 10-6, 11-6. Gosh, I got us at 12 wins, dude. That's incredible.
I'm telling you, man, Eric, dude.
I don't know. I'm just
guessing
around here.
Look.
I do probably think if I went and revise mine, I'd probably say we split between those first 2 weeks, and so I might say we're 11 then.
This is all too early. It's all far too early.
It's the way too early.
But my that's my entire point, though, Tony. When you look at this roster, it's easy to predict a season that has 10 to 11 to 12 wins. Like, there's that many types of games on the schedule that seem winnable to us. So next up, let me go to my man Pickle. I think you're at Tennessee now, and just pick the rest of them.
I am. Okay. I think we'll lose to Tennessee. We'll be too confident by then. I do think we'll beat the Bucs because the Bucs are the worst team in the league. And shut up, Twan.
Pickle's an ex-Tennessee Titans fan, y'all.
No, I'm not. And I live in Tennessee, but that's life. Anyway, but I think we beat the Saints earlier, but we generally split with the Saints, so we're going to lose this one. Same with the Falcons. We'll lose that one. It's Christmas Eve. I think we'll beat the Packers because I'm not crazy about Jordan Love, and they're overhyped anyway. And then we'll lose to the Jags, and we may lose to the Bucs just because by then we'll be in the playoffs and we don't really need to win that game. So,
all right. So what does that make your overall record? You had us undefeated up until
okay. Let me see here.
Dallas. You had us losing against
11.
Beating
Loss.
You got us at 14-3.
See, I told you I suck at doing this.
No, hey, you're not.
I'm always overconfident.
If you're right, you look like a genius, Pickle. Don't go back on it. Don't go back on it. Al picked his. Twan Don
go back on it.
Yours, man.
Chicago, man. I'm not going there to watch us lose. So yeah, we're gonna beat Chicago. Dallas Cowboys.
You said you're going to that game? You're going
to Chicago.
Dope.
I hate losing to the Cowboys, man, but we ain't been beating them lately.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's I say we beat them this year because we're at home. Fuck it. Last time they was here, we beat them, didn't we? It was the first game of the year.
Yep. That was the
Tennessee Titans. We're gonna beat them. Tampa Bay, they don't have shit. That's a win. I refuse to ever say we're gonna lose the fucking Saints. I don't care what team we got, because I hate them, and my wife is a Saints fan. Fuck them. Atlanta beat them. Green Bay, that should be a win. The Jaguars, that's an L. I put too many wins up, but I got Tampa Bay. Us beating them too. Again, they don't have shit. So
I agree.
I got to get out of here though, man. I'm doing my picks though, but I will tell y'all this. Thanks for letting me come over here, Cody, today, man. Love y'all, Tony, everybody. Next up, Twan versus everybody, man. Twan versus Panther Pickle.
Nice.
Hey.
Y'all be ready for it next week. It's coming.
That'll be dope, man. Y'all check out my man Twan. Do his interview with our man Panther Pickle. Ought to be fun. Appreciate you, Twan. Glad you're
coming. Man. Love y'all, man.
Peace and love, bro. I believe we've done everybody, man. I think I'm the only one that hadn't given mine. So I had us 5-1 before the bye. So I have us beating the Houston Texans at home. I have us beating the Colts. So what? That's 7 wins, 1 loss. I think we beat the Chicago Bears. We go to 8. I think we're going to lose to the Cowboys, and I agree. We have been kind of losing against the Cowboys, even though I hate it. So 8-2. I believe we beat Tennessee. I believe we beat Tampa Bay. And I believe we're going to sweep New Orleans, man. So right now we're at 11 wins. And then I think we're going to beat Atlanta. I think we're going to lose. In my mind, I think we'll probably lose back-to-back. I think Green Bay, we might drop on the road. I think Jacksonville, we're going to drop. And then I think Tampa Bay, we're going to win. So 14-3 if I'm doing my math correctly, but probably not because I'm a big dumbass. But, yeah, man, I'm pumped. I think it's going to be a fun season. I think it's going to be the most fun season that we've had in a very long time for the Panthers. So I'm pumped, man. I'm ready for it. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Al, give me your last words for the show, brother.
Oh, man, thanks for having me on again, man. I'm finally going to be able to get off this ship, man. They're going to give me a little launch boat. I'm going to be walking around downtown San Francisco tomorrow during the day. So I'm going to go check that out, see how that is.
Nice.
And thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. Let's go Panthers. Keep pounding. Pickle, Tony, and Cody, you guys have a good night.
Later,
and I'll see you guys next week.
Brother.
All right, peace and love, Al. Peace and love. Appreciate you, brother. Enjoy San Fran. And Panther Pickle, let's go to you next, man. Your final words for the Friday football.
Y'all follow me on Twitter at Panther Pickle. I'd like to at least get 500 followers before the end of the year. So just try to follow me. Also, you can check out my YouTube channel, Panther Pickle C3. So that's all I've got.
That's it, man.
Remember, the Panthers are always the best. Even when
Yes,
we suck,
sir.
we're still the best.
Always. Tony Dunn, my partner in crime. Tell us what you're feeling, and give us your final thoughts for the show.
Yeah.
Tony, real quick, I didn't get your opinion. Did you see the video that the Panthers put out, the schedule release? And what did you think about it?
Well, first, I think everybody just loves to criticize stuff. So I thought it was kind of like one of their higher end production ones, right? So it like felt like a movie set. I mean, they tried to make it like that. You know, it was scripted. It was the production value was really big. I don't know. They didn't do the teams in order though, right? They didn't do like it was like a Quentin Tarantino all over.
No, like they would show you both the
kinda
times that we played the Falcons. It was not in order.
And that kind of was hard for me to follow, like as a schedule release video. It was just a video about the schedule. But it was fine. It was fine. It was different. My favorite though was the Jags. Have you seen the Jags one?
Yeah, I
it's
did
long,
see
but it's
Jacksonville.
long, but it's great, dude. And you know who would love it is Greg, because it's all about the scripting. And they go, football's the easy part. Acting is the tough part. It's like, so that was fun. And I don't know, it's crazy. It's like all the things is like, I thought it was fine. I just was, I had trouble following what the order was, right? So I like enjoyed watching it. The Maury Povich part was funny.
You mean Jerry? I know it was Maury. You're right.
Yeah. So, but and everybody's been shit. I think so it turns out the Titans had 2 videos. I didn't know they had a second one come out, official one today but the one that we saw of them all joking about, like the Red Stallions. I was like, damn, man, are people this fucking oblivious? Like, does that look like a fucking horse? It's like I know, but I thought, and the one actually I think was actually kind of fine that everybody hated was the Arizona Cardinal ones.
Oh yeah, instead of doing a whole big production, they had
it's like 40 seconds. Yeah.
Tony, I thought about you. Someone in the comments said this seems like the project was due at 11:59 and then started at 11:05.
Hey, you know what? People are gonna shit on it anyway, so why don't you just do it in 15 minutes and call it a wrap?
Yeah.
I need to check all these out. I haven't even looked at all them.
I need to go. I didn't like everybody loves the Charger one.
I do. I love it.
I know, but it's too overwhelming for me. Like, it's so hard for me to keep up with. It's so fast. And then I guess I just don't know any anime lingo and stuff, but supposedly they're dropping like Sean McVay or somebody vaping. I think they made fun of, was that Patrick Mahomes' brother with the ankle bracelet that they tried to do?
I'm not, but they're also making fun of the fan communities that the Chiefs have. They have this one dude in a wolf mask that like punched another dude at the stadium. It was a story on Pat McAfee. That's why they had Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk in the helicopter chasing after him.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like they were trying to
Jackson
make a joke
Mahomes.
about, like because he's out on bail or something, like or Andy Reid's son who was in jail for killing.
I didn't even think about that.
So I didn't know. Yeah, but anyway, so I got to go watch some of the other ones. I haven't got my
Falcons were terrible.
I heard the Commanders tried to do a chat GBT one. I didn't see it yet.
Well, the Lions, they had their head coach, but it was an AI voice generating everything that he was saying. It was all right. It wasn't bad. Tennessee Titans had one that to me was perfect because it wasn't doing too much, but it felt like Nashville, Tennessee. And they had some pretty famous people in there too.
Oh, the new official one?
Yeah.
The Titans I haven't seen that one, yeah. So
I have a dude on Twitter who hit me up, said his friend is the one that directed it or shot it or something.
The country music guy that's in the bar,
Jelly Roll,
is married to the girl that's with him at the bar. Is his wife, and she used to intern at the radio station I go to. Nice. Yeah, strange, small world. So that's it. Tuesday night, C3 Panthers podcast. Got some cool stuff coming out, Cody. I can't wait. I came up with the idea last night for this year, so I'm really excited. I'm going to start working on that right away, and it's going to be a big deal for all fans and mega for super fans too. So all that, man. Look, longest running Panthers podcast, 9 p.m. Tuesday night, and even more content coming all the way. So thanks, Cody, man. I'm going to get out of here, dude.
Yeah, we're about to get out of here too, man. Hey, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. My name is Cody Lashley. I've been your host. Until next time, keep pounding.
Good night.